should like embed like some sort of trivia question at like the 2 hour mark and just see who answers it randomly on the
Right.
forums.
Yeah.
Just don't ever talk about it and just see
Nobody.
if anyone answers it.
Nobody will answer it. Ron will
Give
answer it.
MasterCard number, see if anyone notices.
Yeah. It's like directions to a GPS that has like a car. If you find it, you can keep it.
I'll give you GPS coordinates to a swamp.
I bet you would.
John Reed can hang
I
out
bet
there.
you he's got to go a long way to find a swamp right now.
Oh.
I bet you he would pay money to go to a swamp. Anything is better
Yeah,
than
I know.
it is.
I just got done complaining about how hot and dehydrated I am, and Randy's like, "Yeah, hold my beer."
Hold my beer or don't, because it'll evaporate before you can drink it.
I can't even imagine.
All right, so do we actually want to start like talking about stuff?
Sure, why not?
All right, Joe.
I'm just here to drink.
Let's talk about your team, since you're good for the first time ever.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Actually, you're only a game over 500. I don't know if your pitching's actually as good as. I'm gonna poke holes in your everything, all the things.
I mean, we got off to a good start, and I kind of noticed that we played a big stretch of our first few games at home, and we were getting some players to overachieve, and then we had an undefeated week 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh boy, something's gonna happen, and we had no injuries.
Oh boy.
I knew something was coming. And the last 2 weeks, I'm 2-12, I think, or 2-13 the last 2 weeks. So it's starting to shape out. I'm definitely more of a 500 club. I wasn't what I was earlier when I was 6 or 7 games above 500. But being able to kind of take over the team and have a look at it, it gives me a better idea, definitely than when the season started, of where the holes are and what needs improvement. So, like you said, pitching is seems like a big issue across the league. Like you got to have.
Everyone needs pitching, though, and that's the thing. Like you're not at a disadvantage because you don't have pitching, because no one else has pitching either.
That's true.
Except for Aaron, and he's won like 2 of the last 3 Landises. So, yeah. Landises.
How you feel about paying Boehner?
I'm fine with it. I mean, he's definitely he could have been the best pitcher in the league, and he wasn't going to be worth what I'm paying him. But he's at least keeping the team afloat. These next few years that I have.
Really?
I mean, someone's got to go out there.
True. I guess he's eating innings.
Yeah. But I mean, these next few years.
Still better than John Reed.
Yeah. Hashtag better than John Reed.
Yeah, that's a thing. I don't know. You still got Max Mays hanging around.
You're welcome. Also, Pancho made it up there. You're welcome.
Pancho's been doing awesome.
Yeah,
big
good.
Fan of that guy.
That guy's good.
That was my first draft pick.
Nice.
With the team's first draft pick.
Yep. Ever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Your top three's pretty good. I obviously like Mace. He was mine for a while.
And mine.
Yeah, say Brett and I passed him back and forth quite a few times, actually.
Love that guy.
Love that guy.
Yeah, Mace can pitch. That guy seems like he can pitch every other day with his up rubber arm. But Herman's been awesome, and I've been pretty pleased with using Walsh. He was in the bullpen last year, and kind of used him as a kind of an opener. He's got a 4.5 ERA. He's doing all right, and he's the only lefty in my rotation. And I think I may have to address getting more lefties in there.
Well, it's more lefty than I have. So,
really? How many do you have in the pen?
3.
Yeah, that's right. I have 3 in the pen. Seems like, especially in the Frick, it seems like there's some serious heavy hitters from the left side, and I think that might be something I need to address.
There are a lot of lefties everywhere all the time.
Too many.
Yeah.
Too many.
And it's gonna get worse. I mean, with just look at the draft. I mean, my 3rd round pick this year was like a 5'6" lefty pitcher, and there's a guy who was still with 9 contact on the board, because I'm like, well, there's no pitchers anywhere, and everyone has 2 or 3 guys like that guy with 9 contact. So
Exactly.
Made that pick pretty simple for me. But yeah, I don't know. Your pitching's not actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. At first glance here, I don't hate your staff. I like that your closer has a 7.2 ERA, and that's a good
Yeah,
thing.
he gave up like 12 runs. He had like a 2 ERA going into last week, and he just imploded.
Oh yeah, five runs yesterday against Des Moines, who I'm sure we'll
That,
talk about later because that's what we do on these things.
that was a rough stretch.
Yeah, my closer has a 7.94 ERA, so I'm right there with you. My bullpen has been atrocious, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know, Dennis French. Your offense seems like how Satino got that short of a what's up with him? I suppose he's only
Yes,
been with you 7 games. So I'm like, oh,
yeah, I
half a
traded for him.
war. Holy shit, he's hitting 429.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see you in September, I guess. He'll still be hitting 429. Salazar, how much you paying him? 15 and a half. Is he gonna vest?
Um, I'm gonna,
500 PA.
yeah, I'm gonna start peeling back a little bit more. Start kind of platooning him a bit. Even if he does, though, again, like I have so much room with my salary these next 2 years. Like I really don't, care. I could handle taking him for another year. I just don't want him to. I'd rather him not vest and then him vest and get hurt because I know he's kind of he's getting up there in age and I can't remember what his health is. He might be normal, but
Yeah, he's normal.
at 38, who knows?
It's been kinda healthy. He's been hurt 11 days the last 2 seasons, so I guess that's not too bad, especially for a guy who's 38.
Yeah. And I think a couple of them were like a blister and
Yeah,
something
blister,
smaller.
blister and back spasms.
Who doesn't get those these days,
I know, right? Especially at 38. So your division, who are you locked in there with? Edmonton, who is miserable after winning the Landis. Vancouver, who is rebuilding. Calgary, Seattle. Yeah, you're right in the mix right now.
Man, I mean, Edmonton, I thought was going to be. I thought they had a chance to at least get close to repeating. This hangover is insane.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what's going on there.
I don't know. Let's find out. So it begins.
I mean, they have second worst record in the league.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's amazing.
I mean, Jewel Troop is not doing what he did last year. I
True.
suppose his ERA was 4 last year, though. It's 5.5 this year, which is obviously worse. But maybe that. The 12 curve is obviously good, but we've had a few guys try with the guys with the 4 for third pitches, and it seems like they'll have a good year, and then they're kind of a nightmare after that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I know Chris Wilson and Madison had a closer for a long time. Then he bounced back and forth to the rotation, and he was elite as a closer, and he was just a guy as a starter. Actually, Chris has got 2 of those guys. Edmonton does. He's got Ramos too, who's got a 4 changeup for his third pitch. So I don't know. I don't know what to think of Edmonton. I think his offense is underperforming, and I think that will change. I mean, Steven Collins is hitting 284 right now. He's got a 763 OPS. That's obviously not going to last all year, right?
Right.
I love that guy. I want him.
It's awesome.
Why is he at second?
Because he has no one else to play second base, probably, or because he really likes Joey O'Brien as the world's best third baseman.
Although I might play O'Brien at short over Martinez.
I absolutely would. I would play Martinez in free agency, but he doesn't really have that option because he's got a bad contract.
Mm-hmm. He's trying to push him.
Mm-hmm. He keeps putting on waivers. He's going to do the Marco thing and miss an export, and then he's going to have to eat all that in one sim.
That'd be brutal.
Oh
no.
Yeah, Marco did that with Tuna, your boy Tuna, Brett.
He's not my boy.
Your man, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, Edmonton's offense is underperforming pretty heavily right now. Fernando Cruz is not hitting like he should be.
I mean, I know it's early, but would you, if you were in his shoes, would you be looking to move Lynch? It's the last year of his deal.
I would. You can't pay him.
Yeah.
The question is, what can you get for him?
Right.
No,
Oh man, his stuff's down to
nothing.
7.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Oh
give him a
no,
dollar.
that's poor. He's an injury risk too. I mean, he's had a few substantial, okay, one substantial. I mean, he had Tommy John in his left elbow, which is his throwing arm. But yeah, I mean that stuff lumping to 7, like, oof, that sucks.
Yeah, he's been on a little bit of decline the last couple of years. It looks like
Yeah.
control's still there, but stuff and movements going down. Yeah, I don't know.
I suppose that's a guy you could probably snag on deadline day for like a tuna sandwich.
Yeah, especially if his record doesn't get a ton better,
Yeah.
because his farm's not really strong either.
No, unlike Boise, that's what I've been doing is looking at his. You have like every outfielder known to mankind. And they're all like 10 contact, and they're all like in short A.
I think the previous GM his 6 of his first 7 picks last year were corner outfielders. So
Yeah.
we're gonna play them all.
One of them's a center fielder.
Depends on how many corners you got. Just make your field shaped weird.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, Roman. That guy's good.
yeah. Roman, he had no experience in right, and I put him in right the last couple of weeks, and I think he's up to a 7 maybe or an 8 already.
Yep, it's an
Eight.
8.
Yeah, an 8.
Send him to left.
And I'm gonna, yeah, I should. But I'm put him back to center, and he's gonna get called up to Double A for.
What about that shortstop?
Yamashita.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's. I mean,
You should
he's gonna
trade
be
him
all.
to me.
Jeez.
Send that guy to Umeba. He's a ball.
Yeah. Let's see what his ratings look like in Umeba. 13-11, 3-2-11. It's pretty good.
I could be persuaded to trade you something.
It's pretty good. What is with the game overvaluing crappy players on the prospect list? Like, your 5th best prospect is Keith Watkins.
Always
What
done
the,
that.
What the hell?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
That guy's great, obviously, but he's not even that great defensively. Like, it'll put a guy with super good defensive chops high up on the list, but that guy is just a guy. He's a
Yeah, I
guy.
don't get it.
A guy named Keith.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Oh, we still have Ken Gerhardt. Hey, buddy.
Kenny G. This is like a trip down memory lane for you.
Elaine, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Walk through the building and everyone's like, "Who are you again?"
Now remember that.
Yeah, I think you guys had some nice things to say in the preview, maybe about Pedro Holgan. I was going to start him in the bigs before I got Salazar, but he's holding his own in AAA. So I might find room for him. He's hitting 300 and getting on base at a 400 clip, so decent.
Good player.
Switchy, yeah.
I got a lot of corner outfielders.
Everyone does.
Need him to convert to pitchers.
Yeah. Bippity boppity boo. Yeah, I mean, that guy, he can at least play in the outfield. I mean, 5'6", 8", it's not perfect, but
Yeah,
it'll get it done compared to all the 3'6", 8" guys that have been available to everyone, that everyone's trying to play and then trade, me
That's
included. I don't know. So how are you feeling? Or when the divisions merge and you're in the gauntlet of
yeah.
basically my division next year?
Ooh.
How you feeling about that? You excited? You
I am
nervous?
excited. It'll be
Terrified?
cool. A little bit of both, 50-50, let's say.
Ready to get sacrificed to my bloodthirsty Aztec gods?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I did a silly exercise looking at the realignments, and I kind of plotted them all on a map. And I was like, yeah, you guys did a pretty good job of the realignments. Like, they make sense. It's not like the Atlanta Braves in the National League West or anything like that. But Mexico City, like, if this was real, your guys' airfare would be ridiculous. I'm like, it would be fun if they built in like actual like jet lag. Your guys would be brutal. You guys would be hurting.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. I wrote something. What did I do? It was a few years back when Halifax was still a team. talking about going from Halifax to Hawaii on like the same road trip. That would be poor. But yeah, it does not simulate jet lag that I'm aware of. And if it did, I would demand that it simulate CD Mexico City Airport.
Or smog.
Or smog. Why not, right? Simulate it all.
Acid rain.
Acid rain. Yeah.
So jumping around, you brought up the realignment. What's the wild card going to be? The two division winners are going to get a bye?
I think so. Please hold. I will find out. I don't remember what page it's on. I just had to look it up.
Holding. I'm holding.
It's good.
Holding.
Found it. 2040
still holding.
expansion. Where are we here? Does it say? Does it say? Does it say?
I don't know if it's said or not.
No, it doesn't say. Recti. If he's on, we'll have to be like, we demand answers.
We want now. We want to know now.
Demand answers. I'd be typing in all caps if I was typing.
Ooh, someone just bumped the trade block. Quick, let's talk about it.
Let's make a trade. I'll bump my trade block. Joe will make a trade on the block. Who is this? Lee bumped a trade block. What?
Yeah, I know. That's what I said.
Lee, you're supposed to be winning. You can't trade this guy. Oh man, his contract's icky too. Let's look at him in game. Where are you?
10 mil.
Valencia. Oh, yeah, Valencia's good. I don't know if they're gonna make it this year in that division, but yeah, that contract's bad and it gets worse. 10-5 this year, 11-5 next year, and then a player opt out, which I mean, I wouldn't opt out.
10-5 season. He's got some platoon gap there.
Yeah,
I mean, he could be dynamite loogie, but late innings, interesting.
I don't know. He's pitching well. It's pretty much what matters. 14K per 9 so far this year is pretty good.
Yeah,
that'll get her done. I guess I don't know why he's trying to trade that guy.
Probably contract.
Yeah, probably, but did he say he wants stuff for him, or did he just looking for some young starting pitchers?
Not sure I would trade a closer for a starting pitcher, but hey. That is a horrific contract. Oh my lord. What the hell?
That's bad.
I don't think he's opting out.
I don't know. I mean, this is the debate every year, right? Like, guys opt out, and what people have decided who know more about this stuff than me is that they're right some of the time and wrong some of the time. So, I mean,
true.
I don't know. He's going to have to pay Zalapa a lot of money. I'm pretty sure that he's not going to go from 10-6 to 10-8 in arbitration over the next 2 years. Pretty sure he's going to get to 10-6 and then to, like, 200.
All of the money.
That guy's good.
He has not been great this year.
Nope. I'd still take him.
He's his set of guys lighting the world on fire, too, so he probably wants to dump that contract and feels good about getting Butler in the closer role.
Butler.
0.75 ERA, 0.83 WHIP in 24 innings.
Yeah, I don't like a 9.55 guy as my closer though.
True.
I don't know. He's got a lot of low movement guys. This Salinas guy, I don't know why he's not starting him.
Man, he did not have a lot of range in the outfield.
Well, he's just gonna pound his way to a title. Pagan's got an 8. It's not great. That guy's
that's center and by far the best outfielder.
Mahaffey. I don't know. I hope Lee's good. Just like I kind of hope Ed's good because I just want good things to happen to everyone in the league all the time. Until I play all these teams in the playoffs, and then I want bad things to happen to everyone all the time. I don't know. So what'd you think of the draft? Overall, what were your overall impressions?
So,
broad strokes.
Yeah, I mean, I was super shocked to hear about last year how many 80 guys you guys had. That I know that was a kind of a one-off rarity. And when the list came out this year, it looked more typical of what I've seen in the past for draft classes. Yeah, I mean, I think it's as always they're probably super top heavy. Maybe a couple of all-star MVP types, but for the most part, the way we addressed it with our situation, we didn't have any supplemental picks, so I wasn't going to be able to get guys any earlier than my normal draft slot.
Yeah.
So for us, it was just kind of sometimes at some points best player available regardless of position. I did go pitcher because I do need some arms in the lower levels to start stepping up. But yeah, I mean, I think there's some gems later in the rounds, and there's some savvy GMs out there that understand two-way players. A guy may be a left fielder who looks like he's a ranked of 40, but who knows if you convert him to a pitcher and he's got decent pitching stats or ratings, he could be bumped up to a 50 guy or something like that. And there was those catchers who weren't rated.
Yeah, I don't know. Recty talked about that one guy he took, and his defensive ratings at catcher were 5.5, and I'm like, okay. That guy's, I guess he's a catcher. Sure. I mean, he's a bad catcher, but he's a catcher, I guess.
Yeah, there didn't seem to be a lot of at least for catchers, with decent fielding. I don't know if it's because they progress once they start playing pro ball.
We don't have a ton of like super elite defensive catchers. Like the guys that we do don't really have the bats to like justify playing them every day.
Yeah,
it's just kind of catcher's always been that way. I mean, the debate for a long time on the boards as well, does catcher defense actually matter? Like,
I totally think it does.
I think
personally,
all defense matters.
Yeah.
My thoughts on the draft, the comp picks, I thought there were way too many of them.
I agree.
Just way too many. Like, I understand that a compensation system makes sense. I guess if someone asked me what I would do with it, I would probably like cite how the NHL does it, where the pick that you receive is dependent on the monetary value of the deal the player signs.
Right.
So, you're not going to be getting a second-round comp pick for a reliever who had a career year and then signed a minor league deal somewhere else, or signed a new Maba, or, those kind of things. Nothing against new Maba, Brett. Don't get all boo-hooey on me here, but
Whatever.
It's hard for me to plan when I've got 68 and 70 and then 115 are our three picks in a row between the second and third rounds. Like, I don't know. I made a draft list, and you can't even do anything with it because it's like, well, I don't even know who the hell is going to be around. There's 45 picks until until I go again. I would like to see less comp picks, or at least spread out a little more over round 4, round 5, somewhere down there. You just have to figure out a way to try and do it that's going to make everyone happy, which, as we found in this league, is largely impossible a lot of the time. So,
of course. So the way I understand it, our comp works based on the player's WAR, and it's classified A or B, so it's first round or second round. But there's, unlike in Major League Baseball, there's no penalty for signing the player. You don't lose a pick.
Right. We create the picks and then give them to the teams that lose the players that sign before opening day.
Right. And then unlike MLB, you don't have to tender a contract either, right? Like, you can just let them go, not even offer them a contract, and you still get the pick, right?
Yeah, we there's not like a good mechanism for how do you offer a guy a contract. We don't have offer sheets or those kind of things. So, I mean, anyone who, if you decline a team option, you don't get a comp pick, but if it's a player opt-out or a player option that they void, you get one. If it's an option that doesn't vest, a vesting option they don't hit, you get a comp pick, which I think, again, maybe needs to be reviewed. But it's pretty
Do you
easy.
get a pick if you don't offer arbitration?
No, if you decline ARB, you don't get a pick.
Okay.
So yeah, I thought there was too many of them, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I definitely noticed it. I was chatting with Doug, California, because it was our first draft, and we were kind of exchanging our thoughts on it. We both had the same thing. We both thought there was a surprising amount of comp pick.
Yeah, and
They're
in drafts
they're
that are two and a half
game
rounds deep, I think it helps the better teams that can afford to lose those guys and replace them with talent they've already got in the system. You know,
for sure. Absolutely.
Brett,
Do you have any guys from your draft that you see an issue with signing?
my draft.
Yeah.
No, I looked at mine. I have one guy that's even demanding slot, and the only two guys that I can't sign are my 19th and 20th round picks. The rest, like this is the cheapest draft I've ever had. The most
Okay.
I'm paying a guy is 1.3 million for Mahoney, my first rounder. It
That's
was
good.
yeah, that's easy stuff for me this year. Easy stuff. Brett, how about you? How about the Umeba draft? What'd you think about?
Ooh.
I know we already talked about this, but we're gonna get your thoughts on a recording and put them on the board so that other people can listen to them too.
It was 2 rounds and then a bunch of crap. Like, I don't know. Like, the only thing that matters is the super elite talent, and everyone else doesn't even. It's not even worth signing them. Your castoffs, the BBA castoffs, will always be better than them.
Yeah, and that's the interesting thing to me. Like I didn't even think of it until you had posted it on Slack talking to one of the guys that the actual Umeba draft is irrelevant. It's the releases from the BBA systems that are going to be where you guys are going to be able to pick up actual building talent. You know, and
Hmm.
that takes, in my opinion, I think that takes a little bit more skill as a general manager than an actual draft. You know, because you don't just get to stand in your slot. It's just a feeding frenzy when those guys all hit the system at the same time.
Hmm.
You got to be on your toes.
Yeah, yeah, and then everyone's first round draft pick is just a potential guy who's going to get lost to the BBA at some point.
Yep. And you're gonna get a
Um,
super great Rule 5 eligible guy to replace him.
you know,
Yeah.
it'll be swell.
Is the talent available in the Rule 7 pretty thin?
It'll vary year to year,
Uh-huh.
and basically when somebody, it's all going to depend on who ends up actually signing your guy. So who you actually get to draft from.
Right. And our Rule 6 is kind of like the posting system, right? Like someone can claim him or whatever, but then everyone has the rights to try to sign him.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And then
but
you've got the right
you
of
get matching
yeah,
rights.
the right
Yeah.
of refusal. I thought that you drafted from the player that drafted their rights regardless. I didn't think it was who they signed with.
I thought it was who they ended up signing with.
Oh, Recty, get on here. We have so much to talk to you about.
Yeah. But yeah, someone posted like talk about who's going to get picked in the Rule 6 this year, and I'm like, nobody.
I don't know. I think you're. Do you have that center fielder that bailed on Seattle?
Oh, low. Yeah,
Yeah. Is
maybe.
he eligible though? That's my question. Like who's actually going to be
Oh,
eligible for
if it's like in the past, it's anyone who's got actual BBA experience or people
but he
who
doesn't.
have was it 4 years
Yeah,
big league?
4 years service time.
Yeah. So basically, that means nobody good
Yeah, it's just going to be
for a little while.
all these guys that you sniped.
Yeah. Let me
I don't know,
see.
even like looking at Long, I don't know if I'd take him. Like he's a good center fielder and he's got the eye, but the rest of his stuff isn't exceptional.
No, no. Yeah, he's not. He splits okay. If you happen to be in a position where you have no left-handed outfielders at all, maybe.
Yeah, and if he's
I
just
don't
going to
know.
cost you a Rule 5 eligible guy, like it's worth a
Yeah.
flyer. And 10 PP, we can't forget about the PP.
PP. I don't know. Maybe someone will go after David Hall.
David Hall. Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
Yeah,
he still has BBA
that's
ratings.
true.
That's
He does.
probably why. I mean, at one point he was on pace for 173 home runs, but it's fallen to simply on pace for 75, which will be a record that never gets broken.
Until whoever
So,
the number 2 pick, the guy with 11 power.
yeah, but he won't be in the league long enough.
Well, I mean, if it's just
I guess he
one
could break a
season,
single season. Yeah, I don't know. By then we might actually have pitching. I don't know.
if the BBA doesn't have pitching, you guys won't have pitching. Because I mean, your roster strengths and weaknesses in a lot of ways should reflect ours. Because I mean, you're drafting the talent that we're going to be drafting from you guys. You're going to be drafting Rule 5 eligible guys, which are going to be those quad A type guys in the BBA, which will be effective players for you. And you're going to be
The fact,
taking the guys on free agency that are guys that don't have a home anymore. So it's going to be a similar, just to a lesser extent for you guys, I would think.
You would think.
Well, Dean Olton on your team, he'd be about my fourth starter. So just be
What? Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, actually, if you put him in the pen, he's actually even better. But I kind of trying the starting thing out.
He's got that. He's got that sinker.
You know,
Gotta love a sinker baller.
mostly I just need ground ballers because so many home runs in my park. It's ridiculous.
Fred. How long have you been in the league?
I came in 2016.
Okay, you've seen enough. Have you guys seen the? At what point because it seems like a majority of the pitchers are ground ball pitchers who throw 99 through to 101, and I mean it is 2039, and by all means, Major League Baseball by 2039 could very well have 4 or 5 guys that throw 99 to 101 at this point. But was that a gradual thing, or was it like just suddenly all the prospects had that kind of profile?
I have not at all paid attention to. I kind of follow my own team with that stuff, and the guys that I tend to go for are ground ballers that throw hard because I play good defense. There's a lot of
Yeah.
teams in the league that do not give a flying fuck about defense.
Uh-huh.
So that's where you'll see fly ballers, and like Madison for a while was trying guys with like 2 and 3 movements. Like he had a whole staff full of those guys, just because why the hell not? There's a ton of them out there, and if you can build a staff and then you just field 9 bats, I mean, why not? It's a thing you can try, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know. I haven't paid a ton of attention to the trends that way. Not with specifically velocity and stuff. I know that there have always been guys that throw hard. I don't know if the percentage is higher now than it used to be. Yeah, I just don't know.
All right, let's mark this down for Ron to take a listen
Yeah,
to.
I was just gonna say,
back-
Ron's got to run his magical. Yeah, I
It's
know.
great.
I know in my rotation, I've got Pendleton, who's 99 to 101, and Silva is 98 to 100, and the rest of mine are like 95 to 97. So, I don't know. That's still hard, but Wagner's 99 to 101. So I got a bunch of guys that throw hard too, but I don't particularly. Velocity is not. It's a tool I use in evaluating high stuff pitchers. Like I don't know, I'm always leery. Like when Dan Cannon came into the league, I'm like, I don't know about this guy because he's got high stuff and he doesn't throw hard. He's like a 92 guy. Obviously I'm not correct in that because he has been very effective for a very long time.
Yeah,
But
having a breakout year.
yeah, with his ratings are deteriorating too, aren't they? No, he's been 8.7. Yeah, he's been that for a long
Yeah,
time.
his control actually bumped up 2 years ago.
Yeah. Great. Good for you, Aaron. That's what you need. More good luck. So I don't know. The thing that's been fascinating to me is just like the way people evaluate talent and all the things that different guys look at and different guys value, and it's a fun community exercise to try and figure out who wants what and why.
Yeah, absolutely. I was disappointed there weren't any knuckleballers in the draft.
Oh, me too. That's the first thing I check.
I would have overdrafted that guy.
I am obsessed with knuckleballers.
Oh, speaking of,
Ooh,
who drafted the knuckleballer?
you guys had one?
He was first
Yeah.
first overall.
First overall pick.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And
That would mean
he's not
Beirut then.
Yeah, he's not good. But I mean, his knuckleball's a 12, so. Joe Antonio. Joe DeAntonio. Yeah, how the hell do you say that name? That's one. Let's look at this guy in game.
What?
Number 1 overall pick. Yep, 7.45 potentials with a 12 knuckleball and 4 slider and 4 fastball. How is he in Umeba? Let's look at his Umeba ratings. 9.56. Better. Still not great. 12 stamina, 12 knuckleball though. So I mean, that guy will literally pitch all the complete games.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Also, there's a guy with the last name D'Antonio, whose name is the nickname is the Mad Hungarian. Trent the Mad Hungarian D'Antonio. He's from Australia.
He's from Australia.
That's perfect. Why wouldn't he have that nickname? So yeah, I don't know. I drafted Knuckleballer last year. I had him on my draft list and wasn't intending to take him until late, and then missed it and ended up drafting him like the 8th round. And he's really bad, but he had a good year in rookie ball last year because his knuckleball is at like a 7 out of 9 or something.
What's his name? Do you know?
Belay Kojo, he's 5'2", he's fully developed, baby.
5'22". God, even I don't want that.
The old Kenyan knuckleballer. Yeah, actually 5'22" is relative to Ameba, so he's 4'2".
4-1.
Oh, oh no,
Yep.
I'll buy it.
We can lay down a hell of a sack bunt.
He sure can. It's a good thing they never hit. Yeah, he's a disaster, but I had to take him. He's the only knuckleballer in the whole draft, and I'm like, yep, that guy's coming home with me. Yeah, and then I get to look at Phoenix with a Charlie Iron Knife in his rotation and be sad about that.
How many times did we talk about? Oh, I should trade for Charlie Iron.
Oh my god, so many times. I almost traded for him from Randy right after he drafted him. Never ended up doing that either.
Knuckleball and a forkball. I love it.
Yep.
Just throwing slop up there.
I love that he's an extreme fly ball pitcher too. What the hell?
I don't love that. That makes him scary. Like, oh, well, either I'm striking you out or you're hitting a home run.
Only one season over 1.0 home run 9. That's impressive.
Well, he's only been in the league one season, so. Yeah, I tried hard to trade for him. Not hard enough. Sad face.
All right. Well, here's a fun exercise. Which Phoenix player is going to get hurt next?
Oh God, Marco's gonna drive to your house and kill you.
Bartolo Ortiz. That'd be devastating.
His pitching is already a nightmare. Like if he loses another pitcher, he just has literally no one else. Like he's gonna have to go out there himself and throw. Just does not have the depth.
I mean, and we're not just talking about short injuries either. I mean, he's
he's for years.
Months.
That's the thing. Like, it's a cursed franchise. It really is.
He's been hanging out with Wilson too much.
Yeah, I
mean, he just has no depth. Does he have any prospects? Like, could he even make a move? Could he go get?
Well, he said, isn't he the guy who's a right fielder?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where's the talents? Reports, top prospects.
A good third baseman in Double-A, but
who could he trade for Bobby Lynch?
Yeah,
oh yeah, this Pankratz guy.
Yeah.
Pankratz Iskenmeyer.
Oh.
Yeah, he's good. That guy's good.
That guy's shin bruise away from not being able to be eligible to play third base.
Well, he's just like Richardo Mene. Mene's the same way. Your boy.
Yeah, Mene's all that is man, though.
I don't know.
A-ball looks pretty tasty.
I don't know. If I was Marco, I'd be on the horn with Edmonton. What's he got for? Oh, he doesn't have shit for cap room though. You'd have to lose one of these guys that's probably hurt right now.
Holy crap!
What?
This relief prospect in single A for him. He's got an 11 fastball and an 11 curveball and throws 100. Holy shit!
Yikes.
Oh man, game over when that guy comes. Unless he walks some guys before control. But yeah, whew.
Holy crap! Yeah, Prussell, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he is. He's gonna get some awards and stuff. 7 stamina too. Like that's a guy who like throws 1 inning like every game.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Problem with Sean is he's got a great record so far, so he doesn't want to trade away guys to make room for Lynch, but he's got a ton of money coming off the books after this year.
Well, you gotta get Lynch with the idea that he's a rental. I mean, you can't invest in that guy long term.
Well, he could trade Jafar.
Jafar.
Yeah, Jafar Hamid.
Jafar.
for one, I love that he's, from the Ivory Coast, and he's Jafar Hamid.
And for two,
That's about it.
that's
I don't know. He
I don't have a
throws
follow-up.
100. He's got a good cutter. Like he's gonna give up home runs, but otherwise, like I don't know. Like if you're Edmonton and you really want to get something for him, I'd take that guy, wouldn't
I
you?
would, yeah.
There you go. Made a trade.
Boom.
Not even in your league, and I made a trade.
Making trades for other people.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Low loyalty. Ship him out of there. Get him out
Get
of
him
there.
Who
out.
is this guy? Pedro Guzman? Good lord.
Yeah, he's actually got a reasonably deep system.
Jesus. Yeah, his short A team is just holy crap.
Pedro Gomez is not on his top prospects list.
Bandsaw?
Whoever the heck you just said. Short A. Somebody Gomez. Oh,
Yeah.
Guzman.
Guzman.
Yeah, this
And
guy.
then-
This guy's on there.
Also, Chua Ka Young.
Yeah, he's got some stuff.
And he can
There you
actually
go.
play defense.
Call up Edmonton.
Yeah.
I mean, don't, because you're in my division, but
Jafar.
soon to be in your division, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your experience with OOTP, like other leagues? Like, I don't know. I get the feeling that everyone that joins the league now knows Ron somehow. We're just
Yeah,
kind of
the
inundated
whole
with Ron Collins minions.
No, the league's entirely new to me. I've been following it in the forums, and when I heard Matt on the podcast, the OTP Now podcast, I was like, I haven't been in the league for about a year, and I've been following this league. I said, let me see what I can do, and got in, and but yeah, I played multiple online leagues, and they all sucked because the commissioner was a moron. Multiple commissioners, and like,
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint. No.
yeah,
Shots fired!
Get it out! Get that out! Shots fired! Oh god, I'm dehydrated.
oh man, but yeah, it's nice to find a home where people are invested in the team. I mean, I've been in leagues where there was no minimum of how often you had to export, and there were guys that would leave players, after 30 days on a rehab assignment, and it was a really good player, and they go back to the free agency pool, and I'm just like, I can't, and I wouldn't pick them up because it's not fun to pick up guys for free like that. And
That's worse than taking advantage of bad AI.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I've been in a lot of online leagues, but nothing to this extent, which is great.
Yeah, this league is the only thing that I've ever done in OOTP. I've never played single player. I have never, I do a little bit of perfect team, but Brett he's been in the league for a long time and got me into it and was like, dude, you got to join. And finally I was like, all right, fine, I'll join and see what all the hubbub's about. And yeah, I was hooked pretty quick.
Pretty immersive.
And now we podcast, and that's the thing that I love the most about this league now.
That's great.
It's funny though to tell people I'm supposed to be streaming with a guy I work with tonight, and I was like, yeah, I can't do that. I'm doing a baseball thing. He's like, oh yeah, what do you do? I'm like, oh no, it's not what you think. It's not even remotely close to what you think. He's like, oh, so it's like fantasy baseball? I'm like, no. Way nerdier than that.
Yeah, it's work.
It's like fantasy baseball's crack baby.
Oh man,
It is really something.
it really is.
All right, Randy, what else do you want us to do here?
There was a pretty big extension that just got signed. I know it got brought up in the other podcast that came out today, but was it
Tai Hoi Wee?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about anything. I don't want to talk about anything Randy does because I feel like he just listens to these in the morning, and just waits for us to talk about his team.
Well, let's bash his team right now. Let's do it. All right. How much money did you give him?
Too much.
Are you insane?
Are you insane?
He's a 29-year-old DH. What the hell?
110.
I don't know.
He's not a DH. He's a first baseman. He's a good first baseman.
Well, what's the difference? I mean, come on.
And he gets a $5 million bonus every time he gets 300 plate appearances.
Oh, somebody's cheating the salary. Oh, actually, no, that doesn't work anymore. That's right.
Randy,
Well, That sucks for his salary cap next year. It's already sitting at 109.5.
Yeah. Well, who does he need to add? He's got John Reed, Wee, and Raphael next year. I mean, everyone else is just sprinkles essentially, right?
Yeah.
He'll trade 50 guys in the offseason, figure it out. It's my boy the Mendoza line there.
Oh. Oh. Hate Randy.
I hate you, Randy. Who's he? What is he? He's playing well this year. He didn't
Yeah,
make
he's
the playoffs last year.
He's well above 500.
Is he just smashing his way to victory again?
Probably.
Oh, he's got Jaden Harsnett.
Yeah, what a clown.
What a clown. Randy.
Randy's a clown. Jacksonville's under 500.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because he sucks.
I don't know. Was Rockville still under 500? They were real bad for a long time. I mean,
One game over.
well, they're climbing back out of the hole, and he's still leading his division by 2.5 games. Great.
We didn't do any podcasts when was it last year, last season, or the season before? Probably just last season when people were talking about, Rockville's going to fall back to the pack, and everyone in that division besides him was rebuilding.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
fall
well,
back
if
to
he just
what?
starts rebuilding early because there's no pressure, like he's gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, perpetually. He's just gonna
Like
perpetually.
he's in first in his division, and he's got like his offense is. Oh my God! He's like 3 of his outfielders are 40 overall or lower. Like Albero. I love the name, but that guy is horrific. I would not play him. Maybe like no way, and like he's gonna win his division again, and then he'll be able to reset his salaries, and then everyone who's rebuilding will be like, "Oh, that sucks."
He's not actually playing that Albero guy. The fact that he's on his roster is awful, but I mean, it's real bad. I'm pretending. I deny your reality and substitute my own.
Yes. Oh man, Soupy is lumped hardcore.
Yeah, Soupy,
crap.
more like lumpy.
But he's not committed to him.
Yeah, this Pedro Diaz guy is going to be really good for a long time.
What? Oh.
Does he have? What does he have for pitching?
Is Rockville going to be
in the pipe
with the new divisions?
I don't know. I sent you the picture. Why are you asking me? You already asked me once today, and I already sent you. I gave you the information you asked for. God,
yesterday?
You are.
I'm needy. What do you want from me? Where is it?
Lots of
you
things.
Text me too much. I can't even find it.
You text me. You drive for your job, and you text me all day.
Well, yeah, I get bored.
Yeah.
Anyways, Rockville, RCK. He's in your league. He's in the Atlantic with his cohorts. And then also Huntsville, Jacksonville, and the expansion team. Yeah, he can actually, if he plays his cards right, he could just crush it for the next decade.
Continue rebuilding. Like, it's like the governing board sat down and we're like, how can we get all the good teams in one division? Just everyone else is garbage.
Yeah, that Atlantic division next season.
Shots fired against the whole rest of the league.
Wow.
Garbage.
Hot garbage.
I feel sorry for that Charlotte team.
Actually, no. The Charlotte team will probably contend.
Yeah, no shit, because that division's going to be so terrible.
Whoever's in charge of it, if he has a really good plan and he drafts, gets a couple good guys in the expansion draft, he's going to be right there with, hot garbage.
Speaking of plans, Brooklyn, you thought I was going to talk about Nashville there, didn't you?
I was going to say, what are we talking about?
I like Brooklyn. I think he's funny. I very much enjoy watching him work. I have no idea what he's doing. I never do, which makes me want to check in on every once in a while. Like, he might be awesome in 2 years, and he might just be rebuilding for near infinity.
Well, what do you got for prospects?
Not a lot. He's got
a lot of mid-level guys. Yeah. He's got a lot of 550.
He's making a lot of incremental trades, and I don't know what the end game on all of this is. You know, because you can't package those guys up because everybody's got a million of those guys.
Right.
Hmm. He might just be the victim of the drafts are going to change because we're scaling back on the talent, and so it was just the worst time to do what he is doing. He might get caught in that.
I don't know. I think his team's gonna be so bad for the next like 2 years that he's gonna draft high, so he's gonna have access to the talent that's available in the draft.
I don't know. So far, his best two prospects are corner outfielders.
Yeah.
His best two guys in AAA are relief pitchers.
Well, they might be starter. They might be starters for him.
That's true.
He
Yeah,
does
Luis Espinoza.
weird
Is that his
things.
best pitching prospect? Because that's not good.
Yes.
Oof.
Unless you consider a guy with, he's got. I don't know. That guy's got 8.35. Yeah,
Where did-
Espinosa's his best pitcher.
Where-
Ramos
Probably.
looks nice though.
Who?
Ramos in
Ramos.
Double A.
Yeah. Yep.
I like his closer prospect.
I would challenge you to find someone who doesn't have two corner outfielders in their top four prospects though. That's just that's just the way things are right now. Oh, Atlantic City, the first team I clicked on, has got a center fielder at number 1.
First team.
Crap. I'm bad at
You
this.
suck at this.
Well, it's tough. He's got
Try
a
to
right.
find two teams with it.
Yeah, challenge you to find one team that isn't Atlantic City. Crap. Crap. There's just a lot of them. There's a lot of corner outfielders. I mean, even I've got a corner outfielder that I'm trying to play at shortstop.
Oh, that's neat.
I mean, he's bumping. His infield ratings are bumping. He's up to 9.555 now in the infield. He was like 8.444.
Wait a second. You got a guy named Esteban Gil? Like, is that Esteban Gil, like,
No,
a second?
No.
He's completely unrelated.
probably. I don't know. Is there a way to check that?
Well, no, because it's not a thing. It's just something we
Should be.
make
They
up.
should do family trees.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure. Right after they fix all the bugs.
Well, the original Esteban Gil's 35, and this guy's 23. So I mean,
Little brother?
biologically, it's possible, but
Steven?
I'm kind of doubting it.
Steven? Make a story.
Make a story.
Did he still play for Long Beach?
He is on. Whose single A team is this? Montreal's single A team at 35.
Jesus.
It's good. It's perfect.
Neat. All right. Do we have any gross mustaches to talk about?
It's still
Too
Jose
many.
Estrada.
Oh.
I stand by my vote in the original AFBI that Jose Estrada is still the worst mustache in the league.
Ooh, that's dirty. That is pretty dirty.
Man, how is Steven above 500?
Smoke and mirrors.
Well, plus Smoke and Mirrors and Danya Chkanov, or however you want to say his name. That guy's nuts.
Yeah, he's amazing. And Skittle. Jimmy Greenwood is still Jimmy Greenwooding.
Yeah.
His
Man,
his
Jimmy
pitching
Greenwood.
defense is great.
Yeah, he is going to be great, no Meba.
Yeah, if Chikhanov ever actually develops, he'll be something. Of course,
That'll be great.
by that time he'll be expensive as shit. But everyone is. That 2-knuckle curve though, that's really holding him back. That's gonna hurt him.
Mark Simpson is no longer really Mark Simpson. Although, he's actually hitting the shit out of the ball this year.
I don't know.
Oh, Tikhonov was a scouting discovery? Oh, you gotta love it.
He's a random find. I actually hate that, but
Yeah,
I won't get into that.
I mean, it happens so rarely, though.
Doesn't
no.
For some of
No.
us.
For some of us.
I don't know, Ted. That was one of Ted's big big things for a while.
It happens too often. Yes, most of them lump, but still.
In 2 years, he went from a 2.42, actual not potential. He went from a 2.42 to an 8.75 in 2
Yeah.
years.
That's crazy. That's madness.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Brett, did you see that Tobias Williams is in the league, by the way?
I saw he just got hurt, didn't he?
He sure did. Acute elbow soreness.
Cute
His elbow
all-
really
everything.
hurts.
sorts.
You'd be interested to know that he's a 5.56 player.
Still better than Bob Frazier.
Take that, Bob Frazier.
Where's he? In the minors somewhere now?
I don't know. Probably
Probably. I know he got traded.
Louisville.
Bob.
Ooh, a little snowflake next to his name. I wish I were surprised.
Oh.
Yeah, he sucks. Jesus.
He's not as bad as some guys.
If he hits a few homers,
Wow.
props up his numbers. That's it. That's all he can do. He's a one-trick pony.
He can actually play second base, kind of, though.
Kinda.
Kind of.
Only kinda. Well, I mean, do you start him every day? Because then the fact that he's a terrible right-handed bat is gonna just sap all his value. He's gonna get struck out so many damn times, and ground out and everything else. Like, he's good as a platoon player, wherein he just gets hot for stretches and then can sit on the bench for a while and his numbers don't go down.
Oh, he's actually not in the minors. He is playing every day.
Oh no, I'm looking at him, yeah. Yeah, playing every day and doing super awesome 300 on base. Woohoo!
Some of us don't care about his on base as much as others of us, Brett.
Okay, 228 batting average. Woohoo!
Yeah, that's not great.
Granted, his OPS is 718. That's he's slugging 411.
I mean, he's only on pace to have 203 strikeouts this year. So
That ain't shit.
Yeah, it'd be one thing if he was like an elite second baseman or center fielder or something like that. But
he ain't.
He's fool's
ain't.
gold.
I mean,
But yeah.
Shaw's a fool. Take that, Shaw.
Well, sucks what happened to Williamson.
Picking fights.
Who's Augusto Sanchez? Ooh.
I want... This can't possibly be right. Oh, yeah, it can. I suppose we're only a little way through the season. Weaver Ripley has 80 strikeouts in 199 at-bats.
oh dear God.
Dominic Wyatt's got 79 in 173. Winston, Mr. Carlton Winston, 76 and 170.
How many home runs though?
11.
Oh, that's not great.
That's not great.
That's not great.
And how many millions does he make?
All of them.
That's not great.
24 and a half. He's got a player opt out after this year though. If he wants to opt out of 36 million at age 36, which I kind of nothing against Brandon in Charm City, but if he opts out of that, I'm gonna be like, why did he opt out of that? What the hell?
Hey, Shadow Minis. Oh, he's one off the lead of steals.
I know we all love Stephen Collins, but he's on pace for 54 stolen bases and 37 caught stealing.
No, I had guys that had worse seasons than that.
Really?
Yeah, my bad years, I would just crank them sliders up and just say, "Get after it, boys." I don't know, who's it? Valentin Cologne one year for me that had. I don't remember who it was. Somebody had an upside down ratio. Like they stole a lot of bases, but they got caught a lot of times. I don't remember who it was. Why don't I remember? I remember everything. I don't remember anything.
I was what?
What?
Hey,
Hey.
little Stevie Todd is kicking ass. Good job.
Yeah, yeah.
Love child.
Yeah, something that was offensive enough to be seething, to be whatever I'm trying to say. I can't even talk. I'm so hard trying to burn you, but not. Yeah,
It's failing miserably.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Anyway,
Abort.
because Steve the Bandit Todd was best pitcher ever.
Steve the Bandit Top. Oh, here it is, right here. I found him. Roomba, my boy Roomba. 2032, he stole 32 bases and got caught 28 times. 2033, he stole 25 bases and got caught 29 times. It's not
Red
great.
light.
Not great.
Firing the first base coach.
Bob.
Where's Monzy Boy Raider? Why don't I see him?
Isn't he hurt?
Yes. Or he was.
A clown.
No, he's not hurt. He was hurt.
How old is he these days?
28.
He's gonna set the all-time steals record, unless something terrible happens to him.
I hope
I'm
nothing.
knocking on wood.
nothing terrible happens to Mons Raider. I would love to trade for Mons Raider, but I don't have what Chris wants, which is pitching, I'm sure.
You put him on the block, right?
Yep, he sure did. I'm guessing he's getting a lot of chatter about him.
I don't know. If I was a Madison Wolf fan and my GM traded Mons Raider, pretty sure I would storm the building and take that guy out. You just, I know it's a game and we're supposed to like not care, but how can you trade that guy? Wilson,
I
seriously,
traded Enrique Gomez.
you're sick. Well,
Fred, if you traded for Mons, would you make him shave his mustache?
No, the mustache is key. That's important to the whole
picture.
He's my custom Ambi, and I'm happy that he got that mustache.
Oh, that's awesome. So I know his reference. What's the Mad Carpenter? What's his?
You gonna ask me about this? You didn't get to that AFBI yet.
I didn't.
It's
I got to it. I don't know if I saw the backstory.
It's a computer game called Ancient Domains of Mystery, and one of the quests is to go take down Earrigs, who is a carpenter who has been driven mad by chaos.
I love it.
So he's one. Jared Thaler, also for Madison, is along that same quest line from the same game. Obviously, if you make the carpenter follow you to Jared the healer, you can. It's like the lawful way to complete the quest versus just murdering him.
Wow.
So yeah. Yep, I like to go deep with these things. I actually have a text file on my desktop with potential custom amateur choices that I'm going to be using at some point here. I couldn't decide this year what I wanted to do, so I just did nothing.
So that's weak.
Wasted opportunity.
Absolutely. Now you got to wait another 3 years to see someone pop up.
I don't know. I was talking, who was it, Vic I was talking to in the, Vic or Shoeless in Slack about it. I'm like, yeah, I probably got to do a tracker one of these days because I'm interested in it to see where all those guys end up.
Oh, for sure.
How many Hall of Famers I'm creating here. It's going to drive up the price on guys that I create.
because you get paid for that.
Well, no, I mean, like, not that. I mean, like, the price in-game. They're going to be like, oh, man, this guy created this custom Ammy. He's going to be good. You know he's going to develop and do good things.
Yeah. When's the last time Wilson made a Dave Matthews Band reference?
I think he made them all already.
Oh, so he's just out.
Yeah, there is not another Dave Matthews Band reference that Wilson can create.
He's been doing that since the freaking 90s. Oh, Jesus.
He's going to just start creating juniors.
Yeah. Just recycle the name and just put Junior and then the third and whatever else.
Dreaming Tree Junior.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Just reminiscing now about things that Joe has no knowledge of before your time.
Way back.
Well, do you want me to go way back?
I don't even feel like I should be able to say that. I still don't feel like I'm like one of the older guys in this league. And then I'm like, wow, I've been here 20-some seasons. Like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't have a title. And then I get sad and I don't want to think about it anymore.
I got one of those.
Yeah. And Umeba one.
Yeah. Yeah, suck it. I'm the only Landis and Umeba Cup holder person.
Somebody's an EBA one, though. You guys need to have, like, a tournament of champions.
I wish I had been in the EBA now. Jesus.
Ultimate champions.
They're going to have to bring back the EBA. We'll need a second independent league at some point.
I want a lot of independent leagues, and I want a damn champions league.
Well, then you might as well go with, like, promotion relegation and just...
Why not?
Change everything up. It's hard to do... The only thing with promotion relegation, it's so hard to do minor leagues.
Yeah.
Right.
So then you got to do a reserve roster, and then people get confused, and it just, yeah.
I am not advocating for an entire overhaul of the structure of the league. I don't want Matt's head to explode.
Yeah, he would have a temper tantrum. It would be
posting in the.
It'd be kind of fun to watch.
It'd be fun to watch.
Recky's online. So's Ron. Get in here, you posers.
They're probably talking about how, look at those nerds doing that podcast. That's what they're saying. Who's David Simpson?
Who?
I don't know. I'm just looking at random teams now and like, who's that?
I don't know. I didn't even hear what you said.
David Simpson, California.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Oh, he's good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 22.
He is.
It's really good.
Yep.
That's
That's all we're gonna say about David Simpson.
enough of that. That's enough of that. I'm bored of that team already. Huntsville. Ooh, Amias Moling.
It's just interesting to
He's
me
Namibian.
to look at Huntsville and see like not all left-handed people.
Yeah, I know. Wow,
Bizarre.
this guy is. I don't know. I guess if he's the only one you got, I don't know if I'd have him up yet.
Is he a pitcher?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't have him up, especially on a 20 when you're not gonna compete.
Yeah, he's 5 games under. There's Juan Nicto still.
Yep,
The
still.
criminally underrated Juan Nicto, who's kicking complete ass this year. Holy crap.
That's a guy that I should trade for.
Mm-hmm.
My boy Juan Nicto.
Oh,
Oh.
his contract expires at the end of the year. Like free agent, not
I know.
arbitration. Yeah. That would be.
I don't think I have.
That must.
I don't think I have room for it. Actually, I do have room because I didn't sign Gilstrom. I
Holy
tried.
crap.
I failed. Jim offered him more. Jim.
Yeah, that's where Hatapopo is. Sweet. Good to see him. How's he doing? He's had better days.
He's caddying for Diesel Dave.
Yeah. What a guy, Diesel Dave. I remember when he got drafted and it was just like, what the hell is this guy? What is going on right now?
What is he looking at Meba?
Probably
Wow.
probably
6'8",
great.
10, 3'2".
Like seriously,
Still-
he's gonna have more strikeouts than everything else.
Well, what's he sitting
He's
at
got,
right now?
he's got 24 and 57 at bats. Yikes.
Let's see. He has 13 total hits and 24 strikeouts. What? Maybe he walks, you say? No.
No.
Yes.
Maybe he runs.
2 eyes.
Oh, he's got prodigious power. He's got 2 home runs.
Maybe he plays defense.
He
Nope.
can act well. Actually, yeah, he actually is a pretty decent catcher by our standards.
He's a captain.
El Capitan. He walks to the dugout and makes sure everyone is
He's a
minding their
A
business.
captain and a pinch hitter.
Can't be bothered to actually
Backup
get to
catcher.
first base.
I think I drafted like 7 guys who could be captains and pinch hitters in the draft.
That is a guy who is not stealing first base.
Yeah, you want to talk about that?
Oh,
Yeah. I'm excited. I think that's a
No,
cool idea. That's a great idea.
It's a great idea. Like for the majors or for
Yeah.
OTP?
Well, both, but
Oh, both. I think it's a good idea too. I don't know, if you drop the ball, there should be some punishment for it. You know, if the ball's at the backstop, people gotta be
it
running.
will. It's. I love the idea. I don't know that it'll ever happen because it'll be such a drastic. Like, a ton of guys out pitch ends up in the dirt, and like, are you gonna throw that? Are you gonna, mix it up and throw it early in the count, and then he's on first base.
Well, the part I love is if it's successful, it gets scored a fielder's choice, so your average actually goes down.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be guys that are gonna be like, no, man, I don't want my average going down. The ball's 30 feet behind the catcher, and like, no,
They'll have to.
Nobody cares about batting average
They'll
anyway.
have to come up with either a whole new stat or they'll have to figure something out.
They're gonna start tracking the exit velocity out of the back of the batter's box on balls that go back to the backstop.
I love it. I love it.
I think it's a great idea too. Anything that makes baseball people upset, I'm pretty much in support of. I'm not even gonna lie. Like the shift, I think the shift is hilarious, and I think that Carpenter bunted for a stand-up double is also hilarious. Like that's all they need to do. Guys just need to start poking the ball to the opposite way. Like just bunt, and then people will stop shifting. Like the holes are gonna be back.
Yeah, I'm all for the shift, but I'm also all for guys hitting the other way or bunting. You got to create it.
Slap it out there. Hire Ichiro as your hitting coach. Do it. He'll show you how it's done. He was halfway to first base. He looked like a softball player up there.
Yeah.
Halfway up the first base line.
Well, my 6-year-old nephew's in t-ball right now, and I'm gonna start teaching him to just sprint from home plate to first whenever a ball gets past yeah, start him early.
I was gonna say, if a ball gets past the catcher in t-ball, I mean, you got something weird going on there. Just fucking hit the tee right out from under it, and if that bitch rolls, just run.
But I wonder if there's gonna be guys that are gonna be like heady enough, like they can tell if a ball is gonna just sail to the backstop, and they just start taking off like immediately. It'll be interesting.
Then you could pitch out.
Yeah, pitch out.
Yeah,
And
that'd be interesting.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. See, I love it. It's a great idea. It's never happening. Great ideas never happen. Anything to get more like actual things happening on the baseball field, they should be all for.
Well, it's like they're that desperate for action in the game that they're gonna be like, well, you guys just run wherever the fuck you want. It doesn't matter. Run to third base if you want. Who cares?
And you know whose fault it is? It's people who play OOTP.
Yeah, Boise, next year we're going to move our backstop 8 feet behind our catcher. We're going to spend some PP, and those balls are going to rocket right back to the catcher or the pitcher, and they're going to throw some people out.
Yeah, I'm just going to make mine out of concrete so it just bounces right back. I don't even need a catcher. Then I can put an extra guy in my infield.
Curve it so it actually goes towards the first base bag.
Jesus.
So, how much PP would I need? I'm just going to pave my whole infield. I'm just going to make it like a tennis court. Just paint it green.
Turn into like dump and chase from hockey.
Yeah, exactly. Just round the boards. I love it. Oh, man.
Oh, I love this. This is...
You know what?
Yeah,
Man,
the games until
Boehner makes a lot of money.
You know what? Boehner makes a lot of money. We talked about Boehner already.
I don't care. It's
You're just adding. You're just back to this.
$7 million. That's more than I spend on my whole team almost.
What else was he gonna spend it on?
It's hookers and blow, like what's his face? Oh, I can't think. I forgot his name.
Fiskus.
No, well, yeah, him too. No, the pitcher when Matt traded for him, and then he just completely fell apart from Buffalo.
Oh, Swanson.
Swanson, yeah. Bob Dwyer. Hookers and blow. That took him out.
Oh, Fiskus is with Louisville now.
Oh,
God, there are so many great stories that are not being written about that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Carrying on the genius's legacy.
Fiskus, Jesus Christ!
I had such a good time rereading those.
Oh my God! Stu must be busy lately. He hasn't had a lot of like Stu team newses. It's kind of disappointing.
He'll be back.
I know.
Hey, you're gonna be in his division.
I know. I'm in his division right now.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't pay attention.
Fiskus.
Let's look at Charm City.
Why? We already know Carlton Winston struck out. That's pretty much the only thing that's noteworthy about Charm City these days.
Oh, that's where
Yeah,
ended
you
up?
say he signed How's he doing? Bad. Oh, real bad.
Wow.
Not a little bad. That's monumentally bad.
It's like Boehner bad.
Oh, shot fire.
Yeah, he's 27 and a half. Oh, who's this Hebner dude?
Joaquin Hebner.
Yeah.
He's got a name. Kind of looks to me like Charm City's got... he's only got, I suppose, because Winston's still a third baseman-ish. It kind of looks to me like he's got one too many first baseman DH types, but... The real question is, how many four-range outfielders does he have? That answer appears to be none.
Way to go.
That boy, Brandon.
Oh, hey, that's where Lacaze ended up.
Lacaze. It's like a star player retirement home up there.
Jesus.
Eat some chowder.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's
Bored now, moving on.
Bored now.
Oh, Edmonton, they suck.
We talked about... Why are you picking teams we've talked about already? And that's it. That's the only thing you're picking.
All right.
You are bad
Who's
at
next
this.
to Edmonton? Hawaii.
Hawaii. There you go.
Hawaii is really good.
Aguilar's doing it.
Yeah, Hawaii's actually...
Oh,
What?
bite your tongue, and knock on wood when you say his name.
Yeah. Do you know the story of the original Manuel Aguilar?
I do.
Yeah.
Man, that's rough.
That's rough. Yup, sure is.
Like Ben can't even stay in the league because it's so bad. He's traumatized. Despite it.
That happened. What year was that? When did that happen? There are so many guys named Aguilar. I'm searching about this the
Man.
wrong way.
Early 2000s or
And
late
then
90s.
and then I click on Fernando Aguilar because that's
Oh,
the Aguilar that I know.
2003
Oh,
Oh,
that's
three.
way
or
before my time.
2004 season.
Manuel
So-
Aguilar. 2003. Yep, it's 413 for the year, and then dies in the off season.
Oh man, that's
What
so
a-
bad.
What a just a kick in the balls.
like like the forums the day that happened, it was like palpable, like, oh my god.
God. Spring training, right? Like
Yeah.
last game of spring training, maybe even.
Yep, and he was diving for a fly ball, and it was a torn labrum, was
Yep.
it?
I mean, his
Or-
arm must have come completely off. Because
I imagine he spiked his whole body into the ground like a like, I don't know. I felt so bad. I was
He
just
really wanted that fly. They should have just been like, buddy, you're not gonna not make the team. Like maybe just don't worry too much about that right now.
Ugh.
What a nut punch.
Oh man, Robert Gowron's still around?
Now who are you looking at?
Still in Hawaii.
Now
Gowron.
you're making me follow you around on your little
Yeah.
jumping
Well,
around journey.
you want me to wander around in Umeba? There's nothing to look at. It's terrible.
There's nothing to look at. It's bad.
My team on paper should be destroying everyone. My Pithag
Yeah,
record
you're
is ridiculous,
you're
and
just
I'm
butthurt.
like almost under 500. It's
You're just
just
feeling butthurt.
how about the Nigerian Nightmare? No, Kawaku on pace to hit 70 dingers.
Yeah, see, that guy was in AAA all year last year or AA.
should not have been.
Yeah. So I'm like,
So that guy,
he
talk
should
to-
be a household name already, but he's not. I mean, he's gonna
Okay.
be.
he was held down.
Yeah.
He was in 4 different levels last year.
Yeah.
The majors last year.
The Nigerian Nightmare. In short, I love this guy. I think he's great.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. I think he's definitely gonna win Rookie of the Year.
Oh.
He's,
The question is, does he need to play another game to win Rookie of the Year? It's like he's got 54 starts. Guy, would you vote for him for Rookie of the Year right now?
I might.
Wait.
Probably.
Give a second here.
You obviously don't know what the rest of the league's gonna do, but I can't imagine anyone like beating. Oh, look at that! 2 stolen bases, 5 caught stealing. This guy sucks. Get him out of here. I'm not gonna look at him anymore.
Has anyone talked about Atta for Nashville?
I don't know. Is he part of the
Like-
plan?
If your plan is to having a Gold Glove center
Oh, yeah,
fielder
this
who's
guy-
also the best closer, like
Yeah,
holy shit!
He's been
Ooh,
good
nice.
for a long time. Every time I've talked to Brett about trade negotiations, I mention this guy, which obviously he didn't feel like moving him, which is obviously the smart thing to do.
Yeah, there's a lot of Kenyans. I was on the Kenyan thing before anyone
Yeah,
else.
you were kind of the original like
Ah,
you were
I
what the
am-
hell is John Candy's character in Cool Runnings? Like you're that guy to Kenyan baseball. What John Candy is to Jamaican bobsledding,
bobsledding.
you are to
Yeah.
Kenyan baseball. Is he pitching him too? Like what is
Yeah.
Yep.
Close.
Oh shit, yeah, look at him.
He's got 0 innings pitched though.
No he doesn't. He's got 13 innings
Yeah.
pitched.
Oh, no, you're right. No, he's got 0.
So
he
does that mean
Oh,
his
for-
standard
oh,
won't show
oh,
up?
What the
Yeah,
hell?
his pitch here.
He's got a 96% relief pitch rest status.
Oh yeah, he's not being pitched.
Why not?
Is he in the lineup every single day?
Probably.
Yeah, he's the starting center fielder. That's why he's not pitching.
Bring
You
him in for the 9th
You
inning
can't
anyway.
do that. You got to set up your lineup so that he's resting every couple days so he can go pitch. Jesus.
Screw that. If I'm in the 9th inning, I'm like, man, throw Kamade in center, dump some
I
turd
don't-
in right field, and get him out there.
I don't know if the AI can handle. Like, you mean like using like a defensive sub and then moving him
yeah.
center field? I don't know if
You
I don't
can.
think the AI is smart
It's
enough to
different.
do it.
It's different this year because you can set starters as backups and defensive
Exactly.
replacements at different positions. You never used to be able to do that, and you can do that this year.
Yeah, that guy should be just. It's a freaking criminal. He has no innings pitched. Oh,
Yeah.
what a guy!
What a
How is?
guy. What a man. What a man.
Oh, and they're 11 games under. What is that the plan to be 11 games under 500? Okay, got Diortez, so he's got first base, DH, whatever. Sam Wade.
Yeah, he has Atta set up as his stopper and
Yeah,
to close games in the eighth inning.
yeah. There's Kamadi.
But again, if
But
he's
also
playing in center,
started center field.
you'd almost need to like. How would you have to set that up to get it to even like have a remote opportunity of working? You'd have to put Kamade as what like a defensive sub.
Yeah,
then
yeah, he has
put
to be in the defensive sub thing. Yep.
Yeah, and then put Atta as your closer.
And
Or
defensive
just set
sub
it.
and have him as a backup like every 4 or 5 days to get
Yeah.
additional at bat. Or
Yeah. And then if you had him resting, then on the game will be like, oh, he'll pinch hit and then burn him, and he wouldn't be able to pitch.
Yeah, I don't know. But the rest statuses are separate, so I don't think that pitch hitting would affect his ability to pitch.
Oh, I just mean literally if he came in as a. I don't know if the game is smart enough to bring him in as a pinch hitter and then leave him in and just move him to pitcher and bring
Yeah.
someone else in defensively.
Which, if you're gonna have that like the two-way thing be a feature of your game, you would think that you would be able to appropriately program
Well,
your.
You can do it if you play out the games, but in our format where we sim a week at a time, I don't know.
You'd have to like ping commish everything and be like, yeah, every game where we're leading by 3 runs in the ninth, do this. Manually stop and do this. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. But again, like he's another guy where I'm like, why is he up? Like that's a guy you can justify leaving down.
Yeah, his batting ratings aren't in yet.
Yeah. You know, when you're 11 games under 500, like I understand you want to play your guys, but I wouldn't have him up.
Yeah, this is. Oh, man. Justin Jackson's already got 4 years of service.
His team's actually like his offense is good.
Yeah,
mean,
but
they're
is he
not
missing
playing.
his window right now?
I
Like,
don't-
he's going to have to start paying these
I
guys.
don't think he's really had why is he 11 games under 500?
Pitching? Is it pitching?
It's
Oh,
pitching.
God. Why is Francis Yesti even on your team?
no, his offense is in the bottom half
Yeah,
of
they're
theirs.
sputtering. Which
My God.
who's he got in the infield? Okay, Martinez is not. He's good defensively at second. He's not a good offensive player.
Wade's
Wade
not
is
good.
not good. Young
Young.
is good, but he's just not.
Young should not be at
He shouldn't
shortstop
be a
anymore.
shortstop. He should be your third baseman.
Ooh, he's getting nothing out of first base.
Which is weird because, yeah, Diortez,
Yeah,
what is.
Ortez is pretty good.
Oh,
yeah.
is he coming off injury? Why has he only got 16 games?
Wow.
You've played more than 16 games, right?
He's not. Yeah, I suppose he is. He had a 10-month injury in July of last year.
Yeah,
So he could just be rusty as all get out.
Yeah,
So he might bounce back. Who's his DH then? Cortez?
Cortez. Yeah.
Yeah, because Cortez, get away from the outfield.
Away from the outfield. If you ever touch a glove, I'm gonna hit you with something.
The only bad thing about Cortez is, you can't play him in the outfield and he has no power.
Yeah. Well, it's just
Okay.
Got
it's just
wheels.
the same thing I got going on with Augie.
Augie doesn't have wheels, does he?
No.
This
Augie.
guy's got-
Well, he's got
this guy's-
seven stealing, but his speed is a 1. I can't figure out what to do with Augie.
Trade him back to Boise for Terada.
But I need like he's the only captain I've got, and even though like I won however many like 95 games last year, my bullpen or my chemistry the whole year they were like pissed all year. They're pissed. Like what the fuck, you guys?
You must have like a turd in a punch bowl. I found out that I rolled all the way last year with Baltazar as my shortstop for giggles and whatever, and then I finally got rid of him, and like I got the little email. The whole team is so happy
I
to
know.
see him gone.
That's
I'm like, whoa,
me
really?
with Nathan Lee in AAA. Whenever I call him up, they're like, "Why? Get him the fuck out of here!"
he travels by Uber to the
What's up,
game.
Perkins? Oh man, life has been rough on you, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Nashville, I don't know.
It's got good pitching, just none. Yeah, well, he's got leaky leaky,
Yep. Let's see. That guy's great. Good name.
but
Decent player.
but leaky gives up way too many home runs.
Pythner is the same deal. Sinker though.
If only we knew the plan.
I don't. Yeah. God, this Chin Kim extension. Like, what the hell? What is this?
I don't care if he has an ERA that stinks. Like
What the hell?
he hates money. That's ridiculous.
What the fuck is that? I mean, come on, man. This is a starting pitcher. Like, and he started for 2 years before this year. So it's not like he's been in the bullpen and he's been bad. Like, he's been a starting pitcher and I don't know. I don't even, it's like he pitched 200 innings. Like, it's an inning eater guy. Like, you can't tell me that a guy like that's not worth more than $2 million a year.
The next 6 years.
What the hell?
Oh, fire your agent, you clown.
Fire everyone. Kill your agent.
Oh, I mean, like when's he going to be a free agent?
Never. Because he'll sign another extension.
Yeah, and this will be the guy who picks up his own player option. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Man, he'll be 34 or something like that. Jesus, you clown.
You clown.
No wonder his morale's unhappy. He's got the contract.
He was probably drunk, and his agent was just like, sign this. And he was like, whatever.
Hey, man, what
Yeah.
happens
I
in
don't speak
Vegas
English.
stays in Vegas.
I get a contract in Korean, and they're like, no. You're fine.
Yeah, no, fuck no. This is America. We speak American.
Oh, God.
Oh,
See,
Maybe he likes country music. I don't know.
this Ernesto Sousa guy in his
Oh.
double A.
I don't
That
know.
guy's a guy.
Does anyone have prospects? Like, he just subscribes to the Randy thing of trade. I just, like, don't even bother looking at his system because none of these guys are going to be with him in 6 months anyway. Yeah, Sousa might be, though. That guy is developed for 19.
Yeah, and if he keeps developing.
Does Brett trade to trade, or does he trade to get veterans?
He trades.
I hate that he has the same name as me. That's ridiculous.
One Brett, two Brett, old Brett, new Brett.
Yeah, he's.
I don't know. I'm having a tough time trying to figure out exactly what his plan is because, like, was he the one that traded a bunch of like veterans for prospects and then traded those prospects for other veterans a few years back? Like, it's like
He got raked over the coals when he first came in. It was like freaking blood in the water.
Yeah.
Oh.
He made bad trades.
And Randy just let it happen. God damn it, Randy.
Randy. Classic Rando.
Yeah, classic Randy. Oh, you're drowning? Here's a cup of water.
Gotta be hard to swim with my boot on your head.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't figure out why his team is so bad. Like, did he just play the worst schedule on the face of the planet Earth early in the year? Like, where are you, Nashville? What does your schedule look like? Jacksonville, Wichita, me, Vegas, Montreal, who couldn't win anything for a while there. I don't know, his schedule's not terrible. He just can't win baseball games.
What's his record in one-run games?
I don't know.
6 and 9.
It's not.
Two under is Pythagorean.
It's probably better than my record in one-run games.
Yeah,
You're 4 and 7.
Yeah,
it's a little better than my
bullpen.
record in one-run games.
How about Recti? 14 and 6 in one-run games.
Oh, Recti hacked.
Hacks. Really? 14 and 6?
14 and 6.
Montreal's 4 and 10. Jacksonville's 4 and 12.
Ooh.
My record in one-run games is really, really bad. Where is it again?
Edmonton's 4 and 12 in one runs too.
Yeah, I'm 6 and 14 in one-run games.
Not very good.
Oh, that explains why I'm scuffling. Jesus, that's terrible.
Man, I'm trying not to spoil myself here, but I eat lefty pitching for lunch apparently. 10 and 4. Oh man, I've been bad at home. It must not be raining much this year. The Great Slaylock has abandoned me. I have an article series I'm writing. I'm gonna end up writing about that too. One of these off seasons when it doesn't all happen on a weekend when I work every day.
Look at your
You know,
split.
you've told me about a lot of articles you are
I know,
planning to
that's-
write,
I know,
and
I know.
you don't really write them.
I know. I know.
Valery Karlamov is still in the league. He's 30. He's about to be 39.
People keep giving that guy jobs.
Yeah, Chin Kim. He's making 5.2 million, you moron. He's like out there with a walker. Oh my god.
Yeah, he got. I wouldn't have re-signed him. I don't think, but like my fan interest, like hit the tank when we didn't re-sign him.
Yeah, that is
Him.
the double-edged sword with the whole strategy of I'm gonna sign a bunch of old farts for fan interest on one-year deals, is because if you don't re-sign them and they all leave at the same time, it goes right back down to where you were.
Ugh. He's starting Karlamov at second. Gross.
Well, what are you supposed to do when you're 21 and 34?
Sign better players and have a better record. I don't know.
Yeah. You know, it's really bad that I recognize almost every single player on this team, but shouldn't there be some new blood by now? Like, oof. Jeffrey Smith. That guy's good.
Sure is.
Not a right fielder. Put him in left.
Then where do you play Dominic Wyatt? Oh yeah,
You
nowhere.
don't.
No.
Wow, Keysop Park still roaming center field. Jesus. There's Mene. Is he going to trade Mene? Or did he sign him?
I would. I'd trade him.
No, it's still his last year.
It's still Arb, yeah.
Yeah.
Trade him. Do it. Do it.
Anyone need a third baseman that can actually play third base? Wow, he's 32 steals and only 2 caught stealing. Woohoo! That's efficient.
Sure is. Said I could use a guy like Mene, but I'm not going to give him what he wants for him.
Yeah.
That's my problem with all the trades I want to make, because I just don't want to actually make the trades. I like to dream about other men that don't play for me.
I'm sorry. Did you say you like to dream about other men?
You heard it.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
See, and like I've heard that, like that doesn't even faze me. I've heard that many times him say that. Like that's just how it is. Wow, Durant Halford's still there. Jesus. It's only 25. Man, that guy was young. Yeah, there's Zamora and Ramirez.
Brett was Vancouver's GM for a long time.
Yeah, and Juan Guerrero.
In case you didn't know that.
And Ariano. Like his whole rotation. Holy crap.
What?
Well, they're all bad, but
No, this Ramirez guy is pretty good.
yeah, that's actually the one that was a trade.
Alejandro.
Did someone bring up Esteban Gill earlier?
Yes.
Yeah. Esteban Gil Jr.
Which flavor of Esteban go?
No, I'm talking about Esteban Gill Sr.
Oh, he's old.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's single A.
Yep, 35. Oh, man. Holy shit, it's Randy! Randy's here!
Yes,
Randy!
I am on my way to work,
Oh my
and
God.
we're still late.
Oh, and Matt's here too now. Everyone's
Como
piling
está?
in all at the same time.
I'm pulling a Steven and driving while I'm doing this, so I'm only going to be here for about 15 minutes.
Are you driving an F-15? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
I'm driving a. It's a
Gold-plated Hummer.
pilot Audi.
Yeah, we already done bashing your team.
What's up,
All right.
fools?
So, yes.
It's a fools. The commissioner just called us fools. Oh.
Filing a complaint.
I'm filing a complaint with the commissioner that the commissioner called us fools.
This is going
What
to
did
the
I
board.
miss? What did I miss?
Oh, everything.
Everything?
All the things
We
that
shit on a
we
bunch of
needed
players.
to yell at you about.
Did I miss you talking about how great John Reed was?
Oh, God, why?
Yeah, You can look real hard, you won't find it.
Might this be
I
the
can't
one
wait.
part Brett actually edits out of the podcast?
Yeah, no.
Is that?
I don't
We
edit.
spent more time talking about John Candy and Cool Runnings than we did John
That's
Reed.
true. We actually did. That is a
Blitzer?
fact. That is a
Irv?
fact. Irv
Great-
Blitzer.
great
There it
year.
is.
So
See?
happy.
Why did you move to Bahrain? You were like the perfect Abbott to my Costello over here.
It's because the Navy decided to send me here, all right?
Hey,
And decided that I made so I win.
So I win. Your team is bad.
I'm leading the best division in the Brewster. What are you talking about?
Oh, the best division in the Brewster. The Pacific.
Steven, I know you got about that.
What, you talking about the Sun Belt?
Yeah. Nobody talks about the
You
Sun
must
Belt.
be talking about the Sun Belt.
First rule of the Sun Belt: you don't talk about the Sun Belt.
You have the genius, so you automatically can't be the best division in baseball.
Except everyone's over 500.
Yeah, look at the Pacific, buddy.
Look at the Pacific. Oh, crap. I hate There's nothing I hate more than when Randy's right. Oh, yeah? Well, our worst team is better than your worst team. Take that. San Antonio and Valencia. 30-27 versus 30-28. Who's the best team now? Randy.
See?
So who's all on this call right now?
We have me and Brett, obviously. Joe from Boise. Randy in his F-15 on his way to work. And you. You're here now, too.
What about the robots? No robots?
Steven, he hasn't talked yet. I don't know if he's been in or out yet. You never really can tell.
So Brett, are we ready to drop a bomb on this place?
We're dropping bombs already.
Are you really doing that?
You just
I
got
thought,
here.
I
Are we
thought it was
doing
a
this?
week. I
Is
thought it
this
was a week
happening?
away.
I thought Randy should be dropping bombs. He's the one flying a plane.
Randy,
No,
stop.
I definitely. I'm excited for this, Recky. Do it. Do it.
Oh, you know about it?
Hey Brett,
Is Fred the only
you
one who
want
does?
to take the Hustlers over?
What if I said no now?
Do it. Jerry.
I
Jerry.
don't,
I don't know.
So is this a thing? Is this actually a thing?
so after this will be my last season as GM of the Las Vegas Hustlers.
So what are you doing?
I am taking over a team.
I was about to say it. Are we not saying that part?
Okay, here, let me just say this.
Which amoeba team?
No,
No, it's because the expansion teams are going to be
So,
two
I
current.
am-
Yes.
so one of the current. I'll go ahead and just break the news right
Do
now
it.
because we're about to break it anyway. So I have no idea what the plan was, but the plan did not work. So I'm taking over Nashville,
Oh,
and Brett is going to do a plan with one of the expansion teams
oh plan.
in Charlotte.
Brett Golden. We should say
Can
Brett
we-
Golden, not Brett Schrader.
Can we
No, Brett Schrader's taking over the Hustlers.
can we trademark a plan before he tries to do it?
I don't even think that's the biggest.
I'm trying to
I
I'm
think you're.
trying to figure out what this plan was because I just started looking at this roster in Nashville and it's
Hey, you have
kind
the
of a
best
mess.
two-way- You have the best two-way player in the league. You have to use that guy.
Yep.
well, yeah, but he can't hit.
Well, he's gonna get there.
Not
He's
yet.
like 20.
22.
Yeah, I'm still gonna use him two-way though.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
And also, this trade happened before I even thought about doing this, but I still have the best starting pitching contract in the league.
We just got done
Yeah.
talking about that.
What the hell?
You just can't quit
Full
Chin
disclosure,
Candy.
I had- I hate him too.
why would you?
Like,
Why,
it's
why would
horrible.
you? You pay him in quarters. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like
It's so frustrating, though.
his game check is like those things at Walmart that just spit out your change when you pay cash. Like that's his game check on the way out. Here's your
Yeah,
cash.
he's like, you get pay me 20 yen, and I'll pitch a no-hitter one game and give up 15 runs the next.
Get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can I get a ride home from the
So
stadium?
yeah,
I can't
that's
afford cabs
happening.
there.
And then,
Here's the big one.
would you like to know who the other expansion owner is?
No one will guess
Going
this.
to Portland,
Hold on.
Mr. Chris Wilson.
What?
Well,
Huh.
yeah, I
So
would
by the way,
the Madison
we've
GM
known who
will be
the-
coming from the. Yeah, Madison GM will be coming from the Umega, and it is not announced yet.
Does Wilson just get tired of the scent of dead pitchers in Madison, or what?
I guess. Sometimes you gotta mix it up after. Well, congratulations, Brett. You have a ready-to-win team.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
yeah.
You've got the rivalry you always wanted.
I do. Yeah, that was.
We met in the
A big
playoffs
deal.
one time.
We don't need to rehash
Can we?
what happened because it was a travesty to all things online baseball.
Including the part where I got mowed down by Vegas in the Landis.
That was poetic justice.
Poetic justice.
Oh,
No.
Is that the one Landis I won in like the last 30 years?
Yep, sure is. I was just looking at
Yeah.
that. So you're welcome.
Thank you. Wow. Oof. That's kind of like losing to Yellow Springs in the Landis. Oh, wait, that never happened.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
That's
Again.
fired.
More
Yep.
shots. Perfect.
That'll be an interesting division.
What will?
The Midwest or whatever it's going to be called.
Our
It's a tough division.
Corn Belt. The meat wagon.
Yeah.
Domino yet to fall. Huntsville's moving back to Chicago and becoming the Black Sox again.
Oh, really?
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, does that fit in the division thing?
No.
Well,
just
I
fucking
gotta
up.
swap one. I have to swap a team, but said team hasn't said yes yet.
All right, let's figure this out.
So where is
We've
it?
already reached out. The board's already reached out to a team that we'd like to switch. We just haven't heard.
Yeah. It's not that he'll say no. We just haven't heard.
Yeah.
Atlantic. Why don't you just move, Matt?
So Brett can. What?
Nashville.
Nashville can't
Yeah.
move. They're still under the 10-year.
No, I don't mean like move the location. I mean just swap divisions if Huntsville is moving back to
Well,
Chicago.
I am renaming the team.
What's wrong with the goats?
They will be now known as the Nashville Bluebirds.
Oh,
That's good. That gives you a
I got a sweet.
natural rivalry with
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
I got. Yeah,
so what? Is Jim going over the
Yes.
Atlantic?
yeah, that's
I was gonna say he's the only one that's east in the Heartland, really.
Oh, that'll make that division
Sort of.
interesting too.
technically the Atlantic, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, we were talking about how the Atlantic is
If
just
that
gonna be
doesn't
freaking Rockville and
work,
friend.
we have a couple.
Is Rockville even going to win the Atlantic this year?
Yes.
Yes. Who's gonna beat
I
him?
was gonna say,
Rockville's not
who-
doing that great this
Who
year.
else is good? Yeah, and they're still leading that division.
Yeah.
already.
So when he starts playing better, he's just gonna just race away from him.
He's got a bunch of cap issues coming up, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The party's going to be over soon enough.
Well, two Landises.
Now, hey, can we talk about how awesome Boise has been this year, or have we already done that?
Oh,
Yeah, it
we'll
was the
talk
first
about it
45
again.
minutes.
Damn, Joe.
Damn, Joe.
Nice turnaround.
I'm trying.
They're relevant. It's a
Let's talk about Boehner. Do you want to talk about
piece they
Boehner?
can make. Yeah, what a difference.
Brett wants to talk about
What
Boehner
a
again.
difference.
Boehner. Good God.
Brett's got a Boehner for Boehner.
Is he good or something? Is he
No,
good?
he's making $7 million.
He's making all the money that Chin Kim should be making.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's worse than Chin Kim right now. Oh.
Yeah, good old French and friends.
Why is Chris
yeah.
taking Portland and not Charlotte? But,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Charlotte, where Chris lives.
Well, Brett wanted Charlotte.
Oh, Chris is just a nice guy.
Chris took Portland.
Fake news.
Yeah.
I still. Do we even know what their names are yet? I don't think we do.
Trailblazers and the Hornets.
Interesting. Yeah, right.
Or the Timbers.
The Timbers.
Bring back the Charlotte Knights.
We could bring back the Charlotte Knights
What are
with
they?
the old Roy Hobbs jerseys. They're from way back in the day. Let's see, where
That's
did
an original team, I think, right?
what franchise is that now? It was
Oh,
Greenville.
that's a BBA. Well, if they're Greenville
Yeah.
moved to where the hell did Greenville move to?
Jacksonville.
Yeah, where
Yeah,
did
yeah.
Okay. So that's the original Charlotte Knights.
Huh. Throwback. We got the Phoenix Talons. Why not
Yeah,
bring the
we're-
Knights back too, right?
Are you going to bring back the Marquette Suns?
I
or
think-
the Salt Lake Missions.
Could
I
move
think
Madison
Brett
back
already.
to
I
Marquette.
think Brett already has.
Salt Lake
I know he's
Mission.
got a stadium, and I'm pretty sure he's got a name too. Although I'm not sure on that.
I'll text him and be like, "You."
Yeah, I know he does. I just can't remember what it is.
Yeah, and I can't either.
But
I feel like that. No, he showed me the stadium
plan.
outlines.
Hashtag a plan, not the plan.
the next plan.
Except this time it's gonna be like the strategy, the scheme.
Scheme. The scheme. This time with no shitty contracts.
Maybe this time his friend Randy won't let him get just destroyed in his first year in the league with
Hey,
horrible trade.
Randy is no one's friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we just kind of dropped a nuclear bomb on the rooster.
Boom.
It's gonna be
Should be
Yeah.
interesting.
You're gonna have to post it too.
Should be
'cause
interesting.
As is the norm, there's like 4 people that are actually gonna listen to any of this. So
yeah. No one's actually gonna hear this.
actually, what you should do is just
Yeah, 'cause what-
not post it and make the switches, and everyone's like, "What the hell?" You'd be like, "Well,
Yeah.
we announced it."
We announced
Oh yeah.
it in a few
So,
years in.
on a serious topic, because I have to go in about 3 minutes. Did you
Yeah,
guys
you
talk
talk.
about my extension that I just signed?
Yeah.
Briefly.
What do you want? What do you want us to say about it? You just tell us what you want to say,
Well,
and I'll tell you what we actually said.
I want to know. I want to know what you think about it.
I think
A lot of money,
yeah.
but maybe you kind of had to do it. So I don't know.
I mean, like he's got the
How old is
he's got
V
the
now?
numbers to back it up. He's 28
Oh, he's about to
And
be.
how long is the extension?
forever.
6.
6 years.
All right, so I'll tell you what I felt when I signed Ritter to my extension. Wow, this is going to be a great deal. And then 4 years later, I'm like, wow, this is a really shitty deal.
I wanna know what
I'm
you
not-
thought when you
I'm
signed
not-
Sweet World.
Oh.
I'm not thinking. I don't think it's a bargain, but I mean, I did get the What's the term? The creative salary structure with the bonus that I gave him. So-
Yeah. Well, you can call it a creative salary structure. I call it a $5 million. Yeah, you just have to pay him $5 million more every year. I think it's a lot of money for a yo-yo guy, but you had to give it to him.
Even his down yo-yo is still pretty damn good.
Yeah, I mean it's 4 WAR, but it's not 6 WAR. Like you Yeah, I don't know. I'm always antsy about paying guys a lot of money. Like when I traded
Yeah,
for
and that,
Sin May, that was my biggest hang up with that whole deal. Was like, ah, fuck, now I gotta pay this guy.
yeah. But that profile should also age pretty well because his big thing is getting on base too. That
Yeah,
usually doesn't go away.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
If he played a
Big
He's on
position,
pace.
contracts,
He's on pace for
they never
180.
seem to work out. I don't know.
My big thing is going to be what I do after next year because I have Maldonado, Mendoza, Garcia, and Rafael all up for extensions at the same time.
yeah, good luck with that. You let we walk so that you don't have to pay a first baseman 19. Oh crap.
I don't know. Maybe if you wouldn't pay John Reed $17 million next year.
But I did that, so look at what I'm paying John Reed the next 3 years.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
paying
true.
him
Yeah,
$4
but
million.
what if he dies?
What if he dies?
Did you think of that?
It's $4 million. That's easy to cut.
That's true.
And I front loaded. I specifically made it 17-17 the first 2 years, so I could pay him 4-4-4 for the last 3 when I knew I would need the money.
I don't know.
Jaden Harzan will not be on my roster next year, so that'll help with the.
I don't think he should be on your roster right now.
Man, Sergey Hopkins,
Yeah,
he got smoked with the lump hammer. He's only 22.
yeah. That's. I got him for the resperm deal with Tyler. But I got Matt's all-time favorite pitcher, Eck, as well. Remember him, Matt?
I remember.
Which one?
I remember Eck.
Wanshi Eck.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait, did he come back from his lumping?
No, I'm saying that's who I got Hopkins. I got him in the same trade I got Eck before I moved him on to you.
Oh yeah. What a turd. I'm like,
All right.
oh,
I got
he
to go to work.
He started lumping immediately. Giant waste of time.
Fine, go to work.
Yeah, catch you
All
later,
right.
buddy. It was
Bye.
good talking to you
All
again.
right, Andy.
Good luck landing the plane.
Yeah.
I hope it's hot.
Yeah,
Fly, yes. I hope
Oh,
it's hot.
I think it's already 95 degrees at 6 a.m.
Hey, I don't feel sorry for you because what I just worked in, although I'm sure yours is worse.
110 degrees with 70% humidity has been like the last week here.
That's worse than
Wow.
everything.
I have the world's smallest violin here for you.
All right, later, guys.
Saying I hope it's hot is basically like him saying to you, I hope you hit a deer.
Not
Wow.
nice.
Poor. Just poor. That's mean.
Very neat.
It's a low blow, man.
Yeah, Wilson. Gone from Madison.
Gone from Madison. The end of an era.
It is.
He's gonna have to try and trade for Puckett's kid when Rockville doesn't have any money to pay him. That would be something.
I think watching to see what Wilson's going to do with an expansion team is going to be just fascinating.
It'll be interesting, for sure.
He could switch his whole philosophy and, get pitchers who have above 3 movement.
Well, let's not get real crazy here. I don't know. He actually could make a run at Puckett. Puckett's he's got a player opt out for next year. He might literally be a free agent.
Oh yeah.
That'd be something. I'd opt out if I was him. Hit free agency at 24.
Yeah, that's nuts. Sign like
yeah.
I'd be
sign a
gone.
4-year deal and then hit free agency
Yep.
again when you're 28.
Hell yeah. I'd be out of there. Later
Yep.
days, man. See you in Maryland. Going to Mexico City. Nah, I can't pay him. Just like everybody else that I want to pay. So Matt, playoff format for, I think I found it, but we were wondering about it earlier. 4 division is 8 wild cards.
So it's geez, I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
It says 4 division winners and 8 wild cards. So you're gonna have buys.
It's 4
for-
division and 8 wild card, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So are all the division winners getting buys then?
So
How does the math all work out on that?
yeah. And I think let's see, so 4, so 2 and 4, yeah, the division winners will get a bye, and I think then does the number 2 seed? No, both the division winners get a bye. So you'll have the same amount of rounds and the same amount of playoff teams.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cleaner. I think 32 is going to help clean up a lot of the quirks in the schedule and like the weirdness.
Oh, yeah.
And...
So much.
And
Been
will the
trying to
wild
get to
card
32 for a long time.
for the wild card, one play 4, 2 play 3, regardless of division, or can 2 division winners play each other?
It'll be seeded. Yep.
Cool.
It'll be seeded.
The Sunbelt bloodbath will live on.
What was the other thing?
I think Brett's shook up by this news.
What? Well, I
Are you
knew about it.
Yeah.
But now it's setting in.
Yeah.
He was like, wait, what?
What, we're really doing
Let me
this?
look at your team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the governing board guys were like, wait, what? You're doing what? I'm like, yeah, let's mix it up.
This is going to be quite the mix-up with both you and Wilson.
Yeah,
That's
Wilson.
Really, that's really
That
something.
That was the. So now, who is the longest tenured owner?
Jim.
Is it Jim?
Yeah. Get him out of there.
God, who's second
I
then?
think Jim and Lee have both been with their
Oh,
team
Lee.
since
I
the
always forget
beginning.
about Lee. Well,
Jim and Lee.
Yeah.
Jim and Lee. Yeah, and Aaron's been with that one for a while. Hackensack, Carolina, Rockville.
No, Ben
Carolina
Teague
would
had
have
him.
been.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but I'm just trying to think of people that have been with their teams longer than I've been in the league.
Yeah, Ed.
Yeah, Ed.
Is Stu not longest? I know he's been on different teams, but
He's
been around a while.
well, yeah. I think we're talking with one team.
Yeah,
Oh, with-
Mike's
Yeah, Stu's been around for forever.
Mike's been with Birmingham,
Cal-
San Antonio.
Yeah, Calvaruso.
Yeah.
He's been around there for probably 35 seasons.
Kevin in Calgary.
Yeah, he's been a long time.
Nathan in Seattle. There
Yeah.
have been a few guys that have been around
even
quite a while.
how about Jacksonville? He's
Tyler?
been around forever. Tyler,
I think he came in after me, if I recall correctly.
did he really?
he
Yeah,
came
he-
in 26.
Huh.
Yeah, he hasn't been around super long time. Yeah, because frickin' Al Hood.
Oh, it's really only been that long. Wow.
Avery had that franchise. Avery C. Rebel.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
Wow.
yes, the big tuna incident.
Oh, that was funny.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe now.
Yeah, maybe.
Ugh.
Several years removed.
Yeah, it's funny for me because it doesn't affect me hardly at all.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, was Jeff Palin maybe Al Hoot also?
I don't know. He's been in and out a couple times. Like I think that he just was a little volatile more than anything.
He was a little more
You were like-
straightforward than El Hoot.
We're like, what's your deal, dude? Calm down.
Calm down.
Everything sucks. I hate
So
everything
finally,
about
we're
this
just
league.
like, so it sounds like you like nothing about this league. So let's just make it easy on you. Ron, how long have you been with Yellow Springs? 15? 15 seasons?
Yeah, he's been a little while. I'm trying to think when he came in because he wasn't the last one because Tim Misek was them when I came in.
And then Avery.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Avery switched with somebody, basically saying you're garbage at this. Let me do that instead.
Well, he
then
switched
had a
because
And Avery.
Tim left because he was moved because he tanked hardcore, and then Avery took over the tanking team because he wanted the high draft picks. That's what that was.
123 losses? That's a tanking team? Oh, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, don't look at my team history.
Well,
I mean,
no, that is the one season that Ron has to mark specifically in all of his charts. Yeah, this is when Yellow Springs tanked.
Yep.
And it throws off all of our curves.
I suppose I
Sean
peaked out at
Marco's
100,
been around a while.
110. Bro, Marco.
So the next
He's
couple
been with the
pitching
same team their entire existence.
If Charlie Iron Knife gets a career-ending injury, that'll be the end of him.
Yeah. He'll burn that bitch right to the ground. Phoenix moved from somewhere else. I thought somebody moved. Or were they an expansion?
Matt,
There was an original Talons. They
That's
moved
Yellow
somewhere,
Springs
but
now.
this. That's right. Yep. They were.
That
The
was
original Talons were just awful.
Yeah, Phoenix was one of the EBA when they got absorbed,
Yeah,
right?
Yep. That was they came in 2029 when the EBA got absorbed. Yeah.
Yep.
Joel, what
Matt-
were you saying? Yeah. Go do
Matt,
it.
are the two expansion teams exempt from relegation? Because we have a big proposal for promotion.
Yeah. Not gonna do any relegation.
All right, keep it in your pants, you weirdos.
That was my master plan.
Oh crap!
Weirdos.
You can try.
Joe,
it
are you
small
gonna
scale
keep
in
that
Uber,
team in Boise, or are you gonna move them somewhere?
No, I'm going to keep him in Boise. I got some. I might move some minor league teams with some new logos and team names, but I think Boise's are here to stay for a while.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm a creature of habit. I don't like too much change.
It fills a geographical hole.
It's definitely a hole of some sort.
Yeah.
Black hole.
Yeah.
You know, for realignment, you could always move Fred to the Atlantic because I think the Gulf of Mexico feeds into the Atlantic Ocean.
No, I can't move him now. That's
No.
the whole deal with Brett taking over Vegas.
That would be bad.
I think you can get away with the Chicago team in the Atlantic.
Nah, they got to be in the Midwest. It's history.
True.
Yeah, New Orleans will move over to the Atlantic, and then there's a little bit more competition there too. It actually
that's clean. Yeah.
works out pretty well. I think Jim would be happy to do it. He just hasn't answered me yet.
Yeah. Anyone who's tried to trade with him knows how that goes.
He's actually really good on Slack.
Oh, really?
That's where I've had a lot
I
of
hit him
success
up on
talking to him.
Slack.
Oh,
Yeah, he'll message me on Slack a lot, so Slack's the way to go with him. All right, I'm finally getting home at 10:30 at night.
Oh boy.
It's ridiculous.
You at
It's a
work
long
still?
ass day. Yeah, man, 14 hours.
Oh. Just sell
I had
couple
a
cars.
late night customer that just wouldn't leave.
Just be like, are you going to buy this vehicle or not? Get out of here.
Yeah, it's like I go out there. I'm like, "Are you gonna buy a car or what?" I got a podcast to get on. Let's go.
Let's go.
A podcast? What about? Fake baseball. You wouldn't understand. Sign here.
Sign here.
Buy the
Whatever it takes to get the job done.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this.
How do you feel about what? Feel about what?
So, are you going to immediately try and trade for Rechtenberg?
Rachtenberg, yeah. Probably.
He's gonna cut a deal with Brett before the season's over.
No, the reason we're announcing this early too is that we want the subsequent GMs to have some sort of a say in the trade deadline.
Oh.
So, like, I'm not going to go and... Yeah, you too.
Oh, yeah.
I won't make any other moves now. you can start negotiating shit too, but I want to try to win this year. So
I would like to. Yeah, go for it.
I would start talking shit right now, but I'm just not even gonna jinx myself that way.
Well, of late we have begun to win again, but
Yep.
we'll see.
Need another starter.
Yeah, that's kind of been my.
So
Yeah,
does
that's
everybody.
been since Gary Estes retired.
That was a long
Brett
time
and-
ago.
Brett and Brendan
I know.
Carr are a combo package coming from Jerusalem.
Yeah, Brandon Carr.
So I've started to I've been using Wayne Jackson as like a pseudo opener, and that guy is killing it. Because we face so many lefty batting heavy teams that I try to just stack up lefties against them, and it typically works.
Well, I mean, Huber's a bum, so
And Jack.
Is there
if
a
he had a little
guy?
bit more stamina, I'd start him too.
Is there a guy that has excelled more than Huber who has gotten less recognition for it?
Well, yeah, he finishes second every year to fucking Grady. It's annoying. He's not gonna never. So he's destined to end up like Paul Hogan
Paul Hogan.
The worm.
and just be shunned from the Hall of Fame for no good reason.
Because relievers don't
Other
make the
than
Hall of
we
Fame.
Other than he's a reliever.
Yeah.
we hate relievers.
The Lionel Sanguinaco rule.
Right. Like, how is that guy not in the Hall of Fame? I don't get it. And his support went down this year. Like, a lot.
Don't
we had-
worry. Ooga Looga Loonga or whatever is in there.
Here, I'll make you a deal. I'll
Gunga,
take
Ooga
Goonga
Gunga.
and Willie Mays Hayes out of the Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's
You
right.
guys know where the Goonga Oonga Loonga comes from, right?
Nope, I don't have a clue.
I don't know.
Caddyshack.
Have you ever seen the movie Caddyshack?
Yeah, I've seen
A
it.
long time ago. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
So Bill Murray's like talking about caddying for the Dalai Lama, and he's like, "So how about a little something, for the effort?" And he said like, "Oonga Goonga Goonga," something the Dalai Lama said.
Total conscience.
Yep. So I got that going for me, which is nice. All right, I'm home. I gotta sign off, boys.
All right.
Take her
Just
easy.
drops a bomb.
Yeah.
All right, talk to you later.
Yeah.
Drops a bomb and leaves. Just
Yep.
farts in an elevator.
Blows out everyone's eardrum, then runs away.
Yeah. So that's a thing.
Big
That's
news.
the thing. That's the
Big
thing.
news. Let's see. That's why these are good. We don't do them very often, but every time we do, something weird happens like that.
Yeah, I could not believe when he told me, "Oh, do you want to take Madison?" I was like, "What? Wilson? Where's Wilson going?" I thought Wilson was leaving at first. I was like, "What the hell?"
What the hell, bro?
So you're taking Madison, Golden?
What?
Or Brett? You're
Whoa, that's
taking
the
Madison?
wrong Brett.
Oh no. I'm
We're all
gonna be-
confused.
I'm gonna be the new Las Vegas Jim.
Who's taking over Madison?
Madison will be an expansion. They
Yeah,
don't know yet.
Umeba
That's the
guy.
one guy we don't know yet. It'll be an
Oh,
Umeba
okay.
guy.
So look for someone who starts writing a lot of articles about Umeba.
Right.
I told everyone in Umeba at the beginning of the season, I'm like,
You
start
did.
pumping them out,
Absolutely.
and no one's listening.
And no one's listening.
Nigel is
Yeah,
up
it'll
there.
it'll probably be freaking Nigel. I haven't run Madison yet.
It'll be his 18th team. So then we got to start immediately looking for the guy who's going to succeed him.
He's like the Edwin Jackson of the Brewster.
Oh, did he get picked up? I know he was on waivers.
Oh god.
No, not yet.
Someone's going to pick him up.
He's stuck on 14 teams.
Someone is going to pick him up.
Probably be Milwaukee.
I want them to trade for what's his face from Toronto.
Strowman.
Yeah, they're not gonna do it.
They won't. They'll ask for Keston.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. So, oh God, you can't trade Hura.
No.
I'm just saying.
I'll drive to Milwaukee and yell at Matt.
And yell at Matt, what the hell?
You let them trade him?
You go
This
talk
is
to your
own
friend Bud
backyard.
Selig and tell him not to do that shit.
I don't know how I feel about this team.
About Recky's team?
Yeah,
They're on the wrong side of the hill, I'd say.
yeah, but it's only in a couple spots. But I mean, there's a lot of. All of his prospects are not the defensively challenged kind, which is nice.
But they're not the offensively.
Yeah, no one's prolific, but I mean, I got like 2 or 3 shortstop prospects, a couple center. There's like one really good center fielder, and like one pitcher though.
Yeah, pitchers are overrated.
I don't know. You kind of need those. Yeah, and this guy, freaking 9'8", 12 in the outfield. Good lord, he's got a cannon.
I got an 8'8", 12 guy.
Holy, holy. Throws out all the runners. You even flinch and just throw you out.
Deer tagging. He just kills everyone.
And here's Sean Huber Jr.,
Huber Jr.
lefty closer.
I don't know. We're finally going to get our division rivalry. After all these years.
Just time for Las Vegas to collapse from old age. Oh yeah. And I will take all of the blame and then get run out of the league.
Probably.
That's probably his master plan.
Prepare to fall on your sword.
So yeah, he's going to be Nashville.
I hope he writes a lot of team news about the plan. His plan.
An actual plan?
An actual plan. Yeah. The plan has become an actual plan.
Well, my first rounder this year's really good. That 11 contact hitter.
Yeah, I like guys with that number for their contact. Not as much as I like guys with 13.
This is true.
Dennis French.
Oop.
Never mind.
Who? Yeah. I don't know who that is.
Dennis French who?
Never heard of him.
You should trade him.
Oh my! You should see my Slack inbox.
I didn't even bother. I'm like, there's no
I'm
fucking
like,
way.
I'm only half joking. Like, if you could get the King's ransom that he'd be worth,
Sure.
it might be worth doing. Because you have, who's that other dude I just saw?
Felix Ramon or
One of them. You got a whole bunch of them. They have pretty good range. Someone will play in center. God, someone would have to just be like, here's all of my things.
Be the Ricky Williams trade all over again.
Yeah, Ramon. Yeah, 10, 9, 11. And, like, you have him in single A, and he's, like, probably a better center fielder than half of the BBA center fielders.
No, guaranteed. Yeah, 100%.
he's getting called up to Double A now.
Yeah, he's still got some seasoning. Like, that's not bad, but God, what could you get for French?
Like, could I get Huber for French, you think?
I think I might.
I'd have to give up a couple prospects, too.
I might be okay if Matt pulled that off.
Yeah. Would not be complaining.
I would not file a grievance with the union or whatever. Oh, man, Huber gets paid a lot of money. Oh, he's got player options. It doesn't matter. He's going to freaking opt out. He won't even be on my team anyway.
Then you'll get
Holy
a comp
shit.
pick.
God, he's paying him $12 million. Because he's going to get 75 innings pitched, so he's getting that $2 million bonus.
Oh, man, your salaries. Next 3 years, 107 this year, 114 next year,
See,
113.
This is the stuff I didn't look at. He is just freaking screwing me and running away to Nashville.
You got a couple vesting and a couple team that you can maybe not.
Well, I guess the big one is, will Flores opt out?
Right.
Is that
That's
opt
25.
out?
I mean, that fixes everything if he opts out. It's $25 million.
Rechtenberg, you can trade him away.
Yeah, well, see, this is the thing. With all this mess, like, you better believe I am going to hold Rechtenberg right over his head and be like, give me something good, buddy.
It's gonna be Elroy Hinson 2.0.
Who does he have? Let's start looking.
So we're gonna make this trade right now.
Nashville. Nashville. That guy's a closer. Don't need that.
Wow, this away 9 months from now.
Yeah. He'll have the PM in his inbox when he wakes up tomorrow.
Sousa. I'd trade him for Sousa. Lefty hitting 10, 10, 10, 6, 7.
Well, yeah. What about Atta?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure Matt's gonna be like, no. He wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't even trade Atta for literally his own son. But maybe Sousa, because he's a first baseman. Because I hate what's his face? Well, Ritter too, but the Quant
Kuros?
Yeah, the Greek. Because he's righty. Matt's stadium, I just looked, is like super. You better be lefty. Well, I guess everyone hits home runs, but
Everyone hits home runs.
yeah, it's lefty. It's lefty bandbox. So pitching is going to get slaughtered no matter who it is. Yeah, is there anyone else besides Sousa?
I don't know.
Sousa and who else?
Gonna go big. You might as well go big, right?
No.
Alright, where are we at here?
Arthur Daniel.
Arthur Daniel.
It's only. He could be had, probably. Center fielder.
God.
Well, he's only 6 contact. It's fine. No power. Defensively, all that is man, though.
Like that we briefly covered some of Randy's stuff while he was in the call. I had a feeling he was going to show up. It was like,
I hate him. But it makes me happy that he showed up. Because now I can just write about, Randy, dick, I hate that guy.
Way to show up and rub it in that you're flying jets around in the desert.
Wow. Too young. Yeah, get out of there.
Get out of there. All right, boys. Well, I'll tell you what. I got to go to bed.
We can. Yeah, my recording may or may not have failed halfway through, so
Cool.
hope yours didn't.
It hasn't in the past, but I don't know if it did this time. I haven't even been paying attention to it. I guess we'll find out.
Yep.
I've still got the box sound. It's recording an area of my screen.
That's a good sign.
So yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. I guess I'll hotkey it and see if it does stuff. So I guess we're
Awesome.
signing off. It's been a lovely time.